app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Hey, Pirate Nation. This is Brian Buck with Buck Insurance Agency. This season, when you attend your favorite sporting event, take the game day pledge. If your team is playing, win or lose, support your team to the end of the game. When you leave early, you risk missing your favorite athlete making the play of their career. When our family buys a ticket, we always plan to stay to the very end. Take the game day pledge this season with Buck Insurance Agency. Play to the end, stay to the end.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
Can you be quiet, please? Thank you.
Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
I just think we were prepared. You know, one thing my trainer, he told me, he said, what did he say? He just told us to be prepared.
All right.
It was in the men's section.
Girl shirt button on the other side.
Yes.
We figured it out.
Flash is wearing a girl shirt.
Flash. It's me, Nancy Garcia.
Go cojones.
How about those friggin' pirates?
There's local politics, bud.
Boom, boom, boom. Now let me hear say, well.
You are terrible! And stop playing that song!
Clip. Hey, man, good to see you, brother.
Did not flub at all. Send it in.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Free Beer Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios. You are tuned in on perhaps 92.7 FM in Greenville, maybe 104.1 in Washington. We're also on 1250, 930 online, PR927FM.com. And you can check us out on Facebook Live and YouTube. Watch the show there. Chime in what is on your mind on this lovely Friday. Huge sports weekend here in Greenville, North Carolina, coming to town for a baseball game today at 5 o'clock. You got the #1 Houston Cougars coming to Minges Coliseum Saturday night. Some ECU softball also going on here in Greenville this weekend. We will let you know the full schedule and what is going on throughout today's program on a Big Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Also, we got some guests to talk to, including Brian North, WCTI 12. He'll join us to get you ready for the packed sports weekend. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com will We'll recap the NFL week. Haven't talked much NFL this week. We'll catch you up on all the news and notes going on as we get ready for combine season, NFL draft season, free agency, and all of that. Morgan Ahlers will join us in hour number 3. He'll be on the mic Saturday night in Minges when Houston rolls into town. And Mark Greenhelch, Golf Shop Radio Show, will check in on what's going on in the golf world. So we got all of that. We got Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, and in studio, Troy D. and Ellerbe hanging out before they head over to Clark LeClaire Stadium. What's up, guys?
Good to see you, Clip. Man, what a day.
It's been an awesome start to the sports weekend already, Clip Rock, as our Jungle Nation t-shirts were on fire at UBE today. We went down there at 11 o'clock today, and we had the whole team down there, Chandler, Jenny, Troy D, and myself, and man, we were all like an octopus down there grabbing shirts. The line was wrapped around like crazy. The Pirate Nation showed up and showed out to help support Mustache March, and these got some cool shirts, and we sold out in 30 minutes, Troy D.
Yeah,
it was unbelievable.
This isn't the first time we've done a shirt sale, a shirt promotion. We've been in this business 20 years. We've done hundreds of these type of events and shirts in different ways, and not the first time we've done one on location like that at UBE. Out of all the ones we've done, we were talking about it at lunch today, this is the fastest we've ever sold out, and we had hundreds of shirts there ever. It was unbelievable. But the good, and first of all, I felt terrible for some folks because the line never stopped. Like it was, we got down there and
we might still be there,
100 people already in line. We were trying to accommodate everybody the best we could. They're great shirts for only $10. They look really cool. We're donating all the proceeds to ALS. And I felt bad because towards the end we were running out of sizes, running out of colors. But thanks to our friends at UBE, that was our host today, and they saw how popular these were. And our friends at University Sportswear, the official sportswear provider to Pirate Radio. We already have put the order in, and they are already working their way through production. And next week, we are going to have a whole new set of shirts to deliver. And folks, there's by popular demand, Ellerbe, people have requested that watch or listen to us or follow us across the country. Can we order these online? And finally, the answer is yes. So whether you're here in Greenville and you missed out, or we didn't have your right size or color and you want to get one, we're going to have that opportunity for you. You can pick it up at the store at UBE, or if you're listening to us across the country anywhere and you want one, and you want to have one for $10, you'll be able to go to pirateware.com right now and order one, and we'll be fulfilling those orders starting next week. The pre-orders are already 50 or more already.
Yeah, the in-store promotion today at UBE was just incredible, and we sold out. So now everything is online, so it doesn't matter where you live. If you live in Greenville, you pre-order now online, and you can pick up at UBE, or if you want to, you can just have it shipped to your house.
Yeah.
You just got to pay shipping and handling. But it's real simple. So no matter where you live, if you want to get your hands on these Purple Rush Jungle Nation T-shirts and help support Mustache March and ALS and get a cool T-shirt at the same time, just linked up on all our social media. You can go to pirateware.com. I think it's right on the homepage. It's real easy to find. So no matter where you live now,
and it's also only $10 there.
Right. It's also just $10.
Yeah.
As I said, if you need to have it shipped, then you're obviously going to have to pay for shipping and handling. But right now, it doesn't matter where you live if you want to get your hands on it, and you can get as many as you want. So we're going to fulfill orders as long as we can. And I looked last year, we did a similar promotion, and we donated $1,500 to ALS. Right now, we're already past that point, so I'm thinking Pirate Nation is going to continue to fulfill orders. I just talked to Chad at UBE before we came on the show. They've already had close to 50 people order, or 50 orders.
Yeah,
for
it's only
this
been
shirt.
up there like 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's only, yeah. So I mean, this shirt is going crazy. It's tremendous support by the Pirate Nation.
So, and we know that we had a lot of people message us on social media. Can you ship it? And we don't have the manpower, the staff, the resources to be able to process all those orders. UBE came to us after they saw this promotion today, and they saw how crazy it was down there. They said, hey, if you guys can get the shirts made, we will handle all that stuff. We will ship it out. We will get it delivered to people. That's what we do. And we said, deal. So, this wasn't in the works until today. We didn't have any way to really ship it out to people. So thanks to our friends at UBE for providing their platform at no charge, by the way, to do it. They're not making any money on this. They're doing it as a service, really, for us in the Pirate Nation, so we can help raise more money for ALS. And I'd like to thank Yvonne and Chad and all the folks that were down there that helped us today. So that's the good news. So we're not, for anyone that missed out, that wasn't able to come down, or for folks that were there and maybe we ran out of the purple color one in your size, we're going to be able to process that order now and get it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I also want to thank all the people that did come down to UBE, because it was a madhouse, and we were doing our fastest to get the shirts out, and everybody was very patient, very gracious, very kind, even when we ran out of shirts at the end. Yep. We got a notepad. I got a ton of people's names and numbers on there that we're going to try to fulfill their orders if they don't go now and order online. So appreciate everybody. It's been a fun start to the weekend, Clip.
And it's only going to get more fun because they got a baseball game coming up, and I know you guys are heading out there. We'll check in with you live later on when you guys are out at the Pirate Radio tailgate zone getting ready for some Pirate baseball.
Good news, bad news. Good news is the weather is absolutely awesome today for late February. It feels like a summer day. Boy, Greenville's bumping. It's like Atlanta traffic out there today with so many people, I think, in town and maybe ducking out of work early, getting ready for the game. That's the good news. It's going to be an awesome atmosphere tonight. 5 o'clock, first pitch. Not too late to get out to Clark & Clare. I think it's going to be a capacity crowd again. It is going to. Everybody's planning that we know, looking for tickets or already has tickets, getting ready to make their plans to head over there. The bad news is Saturday's game has been postponed due to potential threat of rain and bad weather, which doesn't mean it's been canceled, but they're going to move it to a later date, which is, I guess, probably the right move with the uncertainty of what the weather was going to be Saturday. So hopefully have that when it's nicer weather again here in Greenville. Probably a midweek game, we speculate.
Yeah. Good news gives you all day Saturday to tailgate for East Carolina Pirates and Houston.
Yeah.
Looking ahead, I don't know North Carolina's schedule, but I believe East Carolina only has 1 week where they play a Tuesday and Wednesday game, and that is coming up March 7th, March 8th. So every other week they have one midweek game. Maybe if North Carolina has something similar, they can figure out a way to get back here.
Would love to do that sometime, maybe in April when the weather's similar to what it is on this weird February day where it's 77 degrees outside.
So, one game here at home against North Carolina coming up 5 o'clock Friday, and then they'll play game 3 of the series 1 o'clock in Chapel Hill. That's at 1 o'clock this Sunday, and then hopefully they can get that third game in. But either way, going to be a great atmosphere out there today. And as you said, now folks can, I guess, put all their focus into the number 1 team in the country, Houston Cougars, coming to town Saturday night for ECU Hoops.
And this way you can have fun tonight. You can go ahead and enjoy yourself, sleep in tomorrow, rest up, and then gear up for Saturday night, Hoops and Minges, with the greatest upset of the year. East Carolina over the Cougars, number 1 ranked team in the country.
Can the Pirate Nation sell out Minges? Can they make that place an intimidating place for that Cougar team for at least a little bit?
Clip, I got some breaking news on tomorrow night's game.
Okay.
I will have, I call it the Clip Rock seats. I will have feet on the floor.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you're big timing it on Saturday night.
Big moments call for big times. And you know me, I'll show up for the big games.
Yeah, big games.
Say what you want about me, but if it's a big game, I'll be there.
Yeah.
It's a big
ECU,
game.
North Carolina, you'll be there.
Yes,
Their
I will be
first
there.
baseball game you've attended this year.
I was out of town.
You know it's not a super regional today, right?
It has a super regional feel to it.
Troy looked at the weather and the opponent and just assumed it was like postseason.
It's like this June weekend.
I'm in town. It's beautiful weather. UNC's here. I don't have any excuses not to be there, okay? I was out of state last weekend.
Bottom line, he didn't get a better offer, Clip.
Yeah.
I was at the wedding of the year, Clip, as you know. But no, this is going to be fun. And is there a bigger basketball game, in Greenville than tomorrow night?
Does your GPS know how to get you to Minges?
Now listen, I've probably been to more games this year than I was last year.
Oh.
Honestly.
2? Because he's only been at like a half for the games he's come to.
That is untrue. You've seen me there multiple times.
I've seen you.
Yeah,
You've
I've
been
actually showed up this year.
Yeah.
So
showed up and showed out.
Yeah. So it'll be fun.
John says, why make a decision on baseball this far in advance? Tomorrow could be fine.
I think because the game is such a moneymaker and such a big game, and I think Carolina probably was easy to agree to this because they've played 5 games.
They had a 2 midweek.
And so, hey, look, they get to play today, and everybody gets the day off tomorrow, then play again on Sunday. So, hey, look, I'm not opposed to it at all. And just why get out there in a situation where how many times has Pirate Nation had to deal with going out to Clark Leclerc, rain delay?
Yeah.
Going out to Clark, or start time's been pushed back. Start time, so like
as long as they reschedule it, I'm totally fine with it. If they said, "Oh, we're not going to play him again," it would be that stinks.
I think Carolina's on board with playing this game too. And look, just play it on a Tuesday or Wednesday night.
I don't know if it has anything to do with it, but Carter Spivey not available for East Carolina this weekend. Cliff said earlier in the week he was dealing with some pain, and we talked to Carter on Monday. Thought he'd be good to go, but he will not be pitching, and I don't know if that has anything to do with East Carolina saying, okay, we're fine postponing this.
I think the radar is what East Carolina's like. There's why force something that doesn't need to be forced? And let's bottom line, this is tonight. There's back-to-back games. There could have been 5,000-6,000 people at both games. And if tomorrow you're going to do it and it's going to be...
And if it's going to be canceled, and I'm
glad they went ahead and got ahead of it, made a decision.
Yeah, and I'm just guessing, the game's at 5. I don't know what the Tar Heels, if they drive back tonight or they stay. So they wouldn't stay at a hotel tonight. I'm saying if they know the game's not going to be played tomorrow, they save the hotel costs. They just go home is my point, that they don't waste a night in a hotel if the game was going to get canceled anyway or postponed.
I don't have a problem with it at all.
Well, John Matthews says BS. He is not happy with it, and John, you're just not going to be happy with it, and you're just going to have to kind of deal with it and move on, and life goes on.
Unfortunately, the decision's been made. It's not been made by any of us in here, but if you're asking my opinion of it, I think it was the right call.
T's and P's, John. All right, so you got baseball, you got hoops, you got a lot going on this weekend. Going to be a lot of fun in Greenville, and you guys are about to be camped out there in the jungle pretty soon, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a awesome atmosphere. I think there's going to be a lot of people out tailgating early. I hadn't ridden by Charles Boulevard yet, but I'm sure there's people already out there. And just what an amazing weather week we've had here in Greenville, North Carolina. And I think hopefully the Pirates can deliver a victory tonight. And then if the basketball team can shock the world on Saturday night,
could be an epic weekend.
This could be a fun Monday PRL when we're back here at 3 o'clock.
No doubt. We'll be talking to the players coming up. Josh Moylan, Jacob Jenkins-Coward, and Lane Hoover on Monday's edition of Pirate Radio Live inside the Delcor Players Lounge. Tyler is catching up on yesterday's show, Troy. He says Marcus King is performing at Merle Fest in Western NC.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go.
That's cool.
Ellerbe,
he's opened up for some major acts. I was talking to some friends today, and they're like, Andy, did you know he opened up for such and such last year? I'm like, no, but I mean, he's, a real rising star.
Do you have a such and such t-shirt?
I don't.
Troy doesn't pay attention to any names until
I mean, that's documented.
It was someone big, and I forgot who he said.
Do you know who Merle Fest is?
It's obviously some country music festival in the western part of the state.
There you go.
It's a bluegrass festival.
Okay, there you go. Have you been?
No, my dad has been a bunch of times.
Yeah, your dad's a big bluegrass guy.
Yeah.
Is he a Marcus King fan?
Is he a King guy?
My guess is my dad doesn't know who he is.
Oh, I bet he liked his music.
Yeah. I'm sure he would.
I did have some friends that messaged me. They said, look, we didn't know who the guy was. They Googled and they started listening. They're like, man, I'm kind of hooked on his music now. So I feel like I've helped his numbers a little bit.
Oh, put him over the top.
Yeah.
There we go, man.
Got a couple more social media followers, got a couple more downloads. You're welcome, Marcus.
Yeah, I guess he can put down the cardboard homeless sign. Troy D has got him off the streets of Nashville.
I think you had me at the wedding, buddy.
Yeah.
It's fun. I was listening to a show today, Pick Central on Barstool, and they had a country music guy in.
Such and such?
Yeah, such and such.
Yeah.
He was talking.
It's one of my favorites.
He was talking about his wedding that they had, Troy. Guess what they had at the wedding?
Tattoo?
Okay.
Well,
I guess it's a trend.
It must be big in Nashville then.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not. It's the first time I've ever seen it, which was unique.
First time I heard of it.
But
I've heard of it twice in 2 days.
Yeah, these celebrities run in different. But and these tattoo guys are not cheap, by the way, especially in Nashville. I mean, they're very expensive. To have him hired for like 5-6 hours, giving tattoos nonstop. I mean, I can't imagine. I talked to someone today who's actually sorority sisters with the girl that did the flowers for the wedding. This is a weird connection. In fact, it's the Jessie from operations with ECU basketball. Her sorority sister actually did Briley and Marcus's wedding with the flowers, and she said this is way before she's gotten huge in Nashville and her business has blown up. But her minimum order for a wedding, guess what the minimum is, like to do the wedding for flowers.
Okay, yes, Ellerbe.
I'm just going to say maybe such and such flowers charges at least maybe $100,000.
Well, that's pretty damn good because that's how much the minimum is. $100,000 to have her do your wedding minimum. So if that tells you at what level this wedding was financially.
Good thing you're getting Marcus's name out there.
Yeah.
I should have taken some of the flowers home. I mean, damn. Yeah, so I told you, it was an impressive wedding. Easily probably $1 million deal.
There you go. Ellerbe, did you enjoy that story yesterday, Troy D's wedding story?
It was a typical short story long.
I feel like it had a pretty good pace, much like these baseball games this year.
Yeah.
For a Troy D
I had
story,
a clock on my internal clock.
I feel like it went at a pretty decent pace. All right. Anything else, fellas?
No. Thanks again to the Pirate Nation that came out today to UBE. Once again, if you missed out or you were like, man, I wanted to get some of those Jungle Nation t-shirts, you can pre-order them right now at pirateware.com. We have links on our social media. You can go to UBE's website. You can go to UBE's social media. We have it all linked up. Still $10. These Purple Rush t-shirts, donating money to ALS. So it's real simple, Troy. So, I mean, it's just go ahead and get your order in. We have small to 3XL. So, go ahead and get it. And look, we hope to have them where people can start picking them up or being shipped by next Friday.
We had good friends that were shut out.
I've gotten multiple texts.
I have a lot of buddies that weren't able to get them. Alan Thomas's wife was there to buy about 100 of them for Alan, and we were sold out by the time Janet got there. So, the good news is now everybody can get them, and they'll ship right to your house, or you can pick them up at UB.
Yeah, and good news, bad news is kind of endless. I guess we can print these shirts as popular as they are.
As many the people that want them will fulfill all these orders. So if there's 1,000 people that want these things, we'll print 1,000 shirts.
Yeah, we'll just write a bigger check to Mustache March. We'll have to start growing our mustaches.
Can I ask you guys a negative question before you leave?
Yeah,
Go ahead, negative guy.
Did we get your answer yesterday, Troy, about the would you rather? I know I haven't asked Ellerbe.
What was the question?
Would you rather ECU win the baseball series over North Carolina or beat Houston?
Yeah, you did, because I gave my reason.
You went hoops.
I went hoops because that's how, we'll play North Carolina again. It's baseball, and it wasn't a sweep. It was just, if at that time it could be 2-1 or whatever.
Correct.
To beat the number one team in the nation on your home court is a once-in-a-lifetime type of deal.
Ellerbe?
I'm going basketball.
I'm going baseball sweep, and then try to pick Houston off in the tournament when it matters to get to the NCAA tournament.
Ooh, he says we're going to see Houston again.
And maybe the championship.
Why waste the win now when you can get them later?
No, it would be. I mean, if you're asking me to pick, I'm going to.
Did you say he lives in a fantasy world?
Yes.
Okay.
Could you imagine that? No way. Even I can't imagine that.
Wow.
Just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out
He's
there.
just trying to be contrarian.
Contrarian what? I'm just
Because I said basketball, he doesn't want to say basketball.
All right.
I'd really rather win in baseball this afternoon. I think it's going to be a fun tailgate, and
I want to win in baseball too, but thanks to your negative question, Clip.
I know. Steven says we went over this disrespectful Clipper. That is the most disrespectful question ever asked in the history of Earth.
Did Alan Wooten respond to you?
I have not heard
Crap
from
and
him.
disrespectful
It's like,
question.
would you rather the Commanders beat the Giants or the Eagles?
One win would be nice. Yeah. All right. Let's take a
It's like
break.
trying to pick your favorite child,
Yeah, but it's sports.
Yeah, and a lot of people do have favorite childs.
That's true. Who's yours?
Depends on the day.
Mine is
It
Lily.
goes back and forth.
All right. See you guys.
All right, thanks, Clipper.
Talk to y'all in
I'll see you next week.
hour.
Oh yeah, I'll check. Yeah, we'll
See
do
you
a,
next week. Talk to you next
Yes,
hour.
we'll do a tailgate report out there. Jungle first tailgate report of the year.
See who's out. Where's
2023?
Maybe I should ask you off there, but why not ask you on the air? Where's Stanford Steve?
Stanford Steve is going to be coming in, but not till tonight.
Later. Okay.
He's he's got to come in from L.A.
Wait, are you courtside with Stanford Steve?
Stay tuned, Clip.
I'm starting to connect some dots here.
Yes, I'll be sitting with him.
What the? This is ridiculous.
Yeah. So we'll talk to Stanford Steve, try to get a little quick interview with him, but it's not going to happen today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's traveling right now as we speak, but he is headed to Greenville, and unfortunately, I hate it. We talked about this earlier too. It would have been awesome to have him here to take in the game tonight, and then lunch at Sup Dogs earlier, and then roll into the basketball tomorrow.
You know how many such and suches he could have met this afternoon?
Troy D.
But he'll be at the basketball game tomorrow.
Couldn't tell you one thing about Stanford Steve yesterday. He'll be his best friend on Monday.
Oh, we'll be boys.
Yeah. Best buddy.
Yeah.
What's his last name?
Steve. His first name's Stanford.
Mr. Steve.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys. We'll take a timeout. Come back. More to go. Pirate Radio Live, hour number 1. Back with you after this. Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blasts from the past menu favorites. And coming up on Saturday, March 11th, join Chico's for their 40th anniversary fiesta with music by Purple School Bus and DJ Dog from 1 to 6 in the Chico's parking lot. Brought to you by Minji's Bottling Group, Bud Light, and U.S. Foods. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, how can you help people with service in 2023?
We continue to offer free pickup and drop off for the customers, and our customers' time is valuable. So we've added 3 additional Express Lube technicians to reduce wait time. That's our number 1 goal for 2023. And please don't forget, we service all makes and models. We're voted number 1 in Greenville by the customer. Come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Hey Pirate Nation, Lindsay Gray here with Carolina Caliber. In 1960, my granddaddy started his firearm business right here in Eastern NC. Still family owned and operated, we have the area's largest selection for outdoor shooting sports and accessories and are one of the nation's top firearm dealers. At Carolina Caliber, we have everything you need from hunting, home defense, and personal protection, including a wide variety for ladies and youth. We buy, sell, and trade. It's a time-honored tradition. Visit us at Carolina Caliber on Fire Tower Road in Winterville.
Be sure to check out David Price Construction for all of your commercial or custom residential renovation and building needs. Run by ECU alumni, David Price Construction specializes in commercial projects, maintenance on facilities, and large-scale residential renovations and additions. Proud to be voted the Remodeler of the Year by the Home Builders Association of Raleigh-Wake County in 2018 and Best Business Commercial Remodel Project winner for 2020. David Price Construction, the proud ECU Home Services partner.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies and Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies and Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you. Now check this out. If you mention Pirate Radio, you get your first stretch consultation free. Yes, free. And that's not all. Mention Pirate Radio and your first time massage is only $1 per minute. Now that's a deal. Call 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesandbalance.com.
You've worked hard to make your business successful, and that's why it's really important to always have a bank that's in your corner when you need them. This is Chris Richards from First Bank, and our experienced team of local bankers includes Lee Watson, Ashley Capps, Bonner Latham, Josh Hooten, and Heath Nisbet. To get the business services that are right for your business, come and see one of our experienced team members at First Bank on Arlington Boulevard in Greenville. First Bank, together with our customers, we're creating a world where individuals and communities thrive. Member FDIC.
Are you looking for a home loan? Look no further than Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage. Since 1960, Guild Mortgage has partnered with industry professionals to close loans on time and help millions of Americans realize their dreams. Call Amy Goss at Guild Mortgage in Jacksonville, 910-389-4602. Amy Goss is licensed in Florida, Georgia, Maine, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Guild Mortgage Company, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS 3274. NMLSconsumeraccess.org / for licensing information, please visit guildmortgage.com / licensing. Guild Mortgage is not affiliated with Pirate Radio.
Hello, Pirate Nation. This is Jamie Cuccinella, inviting you and your family to come by Cuccinella's Pizzeria and Italian Ice. Cuccinella's has been serving our special family recipe New York-style pizza since 1932. We think you'll taste the difference in just one bite. When you come in for a pie, don't forget to try our house-made Italian ice or gelato. We make small batches every day from scratch with all fresh ingredients.
Cuccinella's on Old Tar Road in Winterville and a new location coming soon to Uptown Greenville.
This is Carter Spivey, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Vacation spots are right here in your very own backyard. Take a trip to a state park and enjoy traditional camping, RV space, and also air-conditioned cabins that can be rented with Wi-Fi. If you're by a lake, be sure to check out the opportunities to rent a canoe or kayak and get out on the water. Your next adventure is right around the corner. For more information, please visit ncstateparks.gov. Now let's head back into PRL. Whoops, here's Clip.
Whoops. Thank you, Shirley. Chan Man here on a Friday. You can order your Pirate Radio Jungle Nation t-shirt. If you go to pirateware.com right now, it is right at the top on the featured products page. So just $10. And as Ellerbe said, you can order and pick it up here in Greenville, or you can get it shipped to you. The shirts that we sold earlier today sold like hotcakes. I don't know where that phrase came from and why hotcakes were so popular at one point. I guess maybe when they were first invented, people were like, man, we got to get one of these. But,
or maybe it's because for... most of the time you can get hotcakes for a fairly low price.
So you can
get a lot.
Yeah,
that's maybe that's the reason why.
Chandler, you were there. Shirley, selling like hotcakes, the meaning to be sold in large numbers quickly. So when you get hotcakes, you don't just get one.
Oh, yeah.
You get 3, 5, whatever. Mm-hmm. Stack them up.
Oh, yeah.
But Chandler, you saw it earlier today. And you said you were just getting trampled in there, just people running all over you and trying to get their $10 shirt.
Yeah.
Making their donation.
As we were taking the boxes of shirts down, literally the first thing I see is just a bunch of people lined up. And the whole time, the line was wrapped around the bottom there. That I call that the main area of UBE. It was wrapped around the staircase the whole time, even when we sold out. Whenever we got all our shirts taken care of, there was still a line wrapped around the staircase where we had to tell people, hey, look, we're going to try to get some, we're going to reorder, and you're going to get your chance to get one of these shirts. It just will not be this weekend. But yeah, we plan on being out there for like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
I mean, we sold out in like 30 minutes, maybe not even that. I mean, it went quick, and it was just great to see. It's a great shirt. It's a very special year with the number 23 in play. So I think a lot of people are very excited about this baseball season, and they want to represent this year by wearing one of these cool shirts.
Newton says the new shirts are really nice. Hope these are not a limited run. As Troy D said, they're going to try to fulfill all orders. So if you want one, you can get one. Pirateware.com. Dawson says, Clip, my guy. What's up, my guy?
My guy.
My guy.
Happy Friday, my guy.
My guy.
My guy.
Dawson also has a question for Chandler. Chan, man, how are you feeling about all the staff pickups for our Panthers?
I like
Don't answer it. Take that back.
I'm taking it back.
You don't know how he feels. Could be good, could be bad. We'll find out how he feels at 4 o'clock when we talk to Tony Dunn. Fair?
Fair. That's fair.
You got to, you bouncing out of here during the show at some point?
I'm going to bounce around about 4:15ish.
All right, we'll have the answer to that question between 4 and 4:15 when we talk NFL. Right now, we will head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and get you ready for a packed sports weekend with Brian North, WCTI 12, joining us on the program today. Brian, how you doing, man?
I am doing rather well, Clip. Enjoying beautiful weather, wonderful time of year, huge sports weekend, and working on some outdoor projects today. Coming off my first T-ball practice as a parent.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy, it's all, the head coach had no idea. He had all these drills set up for the kids, not realizing he's dealing with 4-year-old knuckleheads who don't even know what T-ball is.
Yeah.
So they line up to run the bases, and he told them to go, and they all sprinted opposite directions.
Yeah, well, you got to plan, you got to prepare, but those plans will not come to fruition when you've got a bunch of youngsters running around. But that's fun. That's interesting. Do you think you have an athlete or two there in the household?
Yeah, we're working on it. As my daughter said after the throwing portion, which is basically rolling the ball on the ground, I'm not good at this. No. You're not good yet, Michael Jordan. We're going to get you there. So, no, she's fast. She's got some stuff. She's one of those kids that lacks in confidence. If she can't get it right the first time, she doesn't want to be embarrassed. And
right.
We've got a perfectionist that we've got a Michael Jordan out of her. The other one, the second one, who's 2 years old and wanted to be a part of T-ball, no, that knucklehead, who knows? We're just going to sign her up for a linebacker and let her go to her life.
Well, Brian, I think bad news. If your 4-year-old's not on an AAU travel team at this point, it's probably too late. So.
Yeah, I know. I am a failure for not having specialized her already.
Exactly.
There's one 4-year-old there who was already signing up for scholarships for softball. So yes, I am a complete failure in that aspect.
Richard Williams, you are not. That is for sure.
Nope.
But that's good stuff. That'll be fun. So excited to hear about the budding career there of Little North. Brian, we got beautiful weather today. I guess it's not going to be that way on Saturday. So unfortunately, no Pirate baseball against the Tar Heels on Saturday. But coming up later today, people are going to be packing Clark LeClaire Stadium for what's always a big game, a fun game. But with this weather, should make for a pretty great environment out there.
It'll be awesome today, and it'll be awesome in Chapel Hill Sunday. It's probably good. They're going to take tomorrow off. And the cool thing about being located so close is they can pick up a midweek game later in the year when there's some other cancellations. And so it's not like they can't reschedule this thing as long as they just figure out when to do it. But I love this series. I love the back-and-forth nature of these weekend series being so close. So, and this will be a good litmus test. We'll find. I know it's real early, but, it's always nice to find out how you kind of stack up against another top 10, top 15 team in the nation.
Coming off a loss to Campbell, and we know how pesky even seems like a slight. We know how good they are year in, year out.
Right.
With the talent, and it still shocks me that Pirate fans are shocked every time it's a close game or Campbell wins, because it's not like it's the first time this has ever happened. It's always a good game when these two teams do battle early in the year.
I always expect ECU to go to Bowie's Creek and lose. I feel like they always do. I mean, they're a top-tier program. This state is loaded full of really good college baseball teams.
Yeah.
And baseball is a great equalizer with a limited number of scholarships and the opportunities. That's why there's so many good teams around here. There's so much good talent, and so we see that bear out with all the great college teams we have. And Campbell's right there. I mean, they really have a great program going, and I love the Eastern North Carolina connection of Jim Perry Stadium, named after Gaylord's brother who grew up in Williamston. So a lot of cool connections there as well.
Looking forward to some good baseball this weekend as East Carolina takes on the North Carolina Tar Heels. Saturday night in Minges, you got the number 1 team rolling into town, Brian, and this will be the first time ever. Cy Seymour brought up a Frank McGuire coach South Carolina team, and I've seen some people talking about that, and when they came, I don't think the polls are exactly what they were today, so they might have been number 1 in a poll, but this will be the first time, I guess, an AP number 1 team has ever come into Minges Coliseum. I was looking at history, ECU versus number 1, and the Pirates, I think Mike Steele era, suffered some beatdowns to Duke, and previous to that, it was NC State in the 70s, taking it to ECU. So first time the Pirates could beat a number 1 could happen on Saturday night, but going to be tough against Kelvin Sampson's team.
Don't let the facts in the way of tickets, right? So this is going to be a big deal for Kelvin Sampson coming back to his native North Carolina, and for ECU, you want to create as much excitement as you can in Minges Coliseum. What was Marquette ranked when they beat Dwayne Wade?
I think they were 9 one year, and then maybe like 13 one year, something like that.
Okay, all right. So, look,
which, by the way, those are 2 of the 4 wins ECU has against top 25 opponents like ever since I think 1960. I saw they beat Northeastern like in the 80s when Northeastern was ranked in the teens. They beat Marquette back-to-back times in Minges, and then the game that nobody saw live against Houston a couple years ago when they were number 5 in the country.
Right. So yeah, and that's when I saw that about Houston coming in, I was like, well, there's no way they're taking them lightly. And I know the players aren't the same, but they'll be reminded real quick of how a team just a few years ago from Houston lost at ECU. So I don't think this will be in and be a complacent deal for Houston. ECU's going to have to play great basketball to get the upset victory.
Pirates coming off a win, 62-60 over Tulsa, 63-60. I think it was ugly. It was an ugly 2-point road win, but it was a road win, Brian. We sit here on Fridays and talk about how difficult that is year in, year out, and you just you try to. I try to get excited about what Mike Schwartz is doing. I like him a lot. I think he is a great young coach and is going to get even better and better. But it's just a matter of, and we talk about it, can you keep these guys here? Can you? You're going to add to the roster. Can you keep what you got here? And that's kind of the question right now. But if, and that's a huge if, he can do that, I am kind of excited. You got some new teams coming in the conference, and you're picking up. You got 5 wins now in the league. It's a reason to think there is some light at the end of the tunnel here.
And you're losing some of the big heavyweights. That makes it a little bit more of a conference to compete in. But look, here's what I haven't even met Mike Schwartz yet. Being now in the mornings, I don't get the opportunities. But here's what I like so far. I know a couple of guys have received commitments from a couple of guys of east of I-95. The last time that happened, I think, was Bill Harrion. It's been a long time since we've had some recruitable guys from this part of the state actually go to ECU. So that tells me maybe he gets a little bit more than some coaches in the past.
Yeah, and that'll get the fans in the stands. Speaking of young local talent, Brian, went to the women's game. Unfortunately, had to leave early on Wednesday night, so I missed the comeback and the 3 overtimes, but saw enough that was very entertained out there watching local talent Amaya Joyner, but really all the pieces that Coach Kim McNeil has put together, picked last in the conference going into it, just picked up their 20th win. They're going to be either second or third in the conference this year. So you want to talk about a building and turning things around. Kim McNeil has certainly done that in her 4th season here.
And brought enthusiasm with it, right? I mean, you see their post-game celebrations. You see her post-game interviews. She is certainly excitable and bringing that passion, and that's what you need when you're trying to really jumpstart a program that has had its ups and downs through the years, but really hasn't had the entertainment it factor to try to get fans in the stands. but now it seems there. And then you recruit a Maya Joyner from right down the road at Farmville Central. You have 2 top 100 recruits on your roster, which almost never happens. And that starts creating these opportunities, and all of a sudden fans start filtering in a little bit more. This excitement continues to build some more. And so, no, they've got the right blueprint for success right now. They seem to be building. Now, can you continue that? Can you get to be a top 25 program, which in women's basketball, you can be a top 25 program. That's not as difficult to break into as on the men's side, but the difference between 25 and then 20 and 15 and 10, that becomes bigger hurdles to jump. But I like the direction they're going right now. And, again, can they keep that recruiting going? Can they keep continuing to pull out the exciting wins like they've been doing? But so far, so good. They're on the right path for entertainment purposes, and that's a good thing when building a program.
Talking to Brian North, joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line. Brian, looking at the ACC this weekend, North Carolina, I guess on life support, they're still going to have a lot of work to do, but they just got by Notre Dame, had to come back. I think they had 18 points at halftime the other night, Brian. It was brutal, but came back and beat Notre Dame. They host Virginia. This could go a long way. Virginia, by the way, coming off a head-scratcher to BC earlier this week, so Virginia coming off a loss, North Carolina coming off a win. That'll be Saturday at 6 o'clock. And our weekly check-in on Terquavion Smith and the Wolfpack. A big stretch there at the end of the game against North Carolina. They beat Wake Forest earlier this week. They host Clemson coming up on Saturday, and Clemson 20-8, 12-5. Have kind of fallen a little bit since their great start to the ACC, but here is NC State, and looking good right now as they head into March.
Huge game with Clemson. The winner of this one will have the upper hand to get that 4th seed in the ACC tournament, which means you get a double bye. 5th seed is not. So that's a real big one, an interesting game there going on between Clemson and NC State at noon tomorrow. So, and State's been bouncing back, right? We keep waiting for them to stack losses, and they haven't done that. They've been doing pretty well, but that's a huge game with Clemson. UVA is interesting now. They're young, so that freshman class, I think, that travel to Boston College, you usually can pencil in a loss or two like that when you have a freshman-dominated team. And so for UVA, I think maybe that's what happened, but now they have to hit the road again. And North Carolina, everybody thinks they're going to flip the switch. They got hot at the right time last year. They better get hot quick here because you're starting to feel like maybe that senior dominant class is kind of maybe they're not even believing at this point.
Yeah.
I keep hearing in these post-game interviews, and all of a sudden now we're down to the final few games, and I'm not sure they're even believing they can flip the switch like they did last year.
I can't remember who told me that. They said they went to a game recently, and body language is a tough thing. You don't know if you think you're reading is accurate or not, but they said they went through the starting lineups and kind of barely gave fives and just kind of stood there. You just said there was like no energy, and I don't know, you've heard a lot of stuff like that when it comes to North Carolina. No chemistry, no energy, no real want to. And when you talk about flipping a switch, Brian, if it's basketball, that's one thing. Maybe your shots will start to go in, but if you combine that with maybe I don't know, just kind of ready to play out the string here, that's a switch you probably can't flip here this late in the year.
Right. The only thing that could be to their benefit, somehow they get a win against UVA, kind of ignite that spark, and feel like they can do it again. And maybe they start realizing this is their last shot at it and need to make a run, and they start bottling some of that magic. But ultimately it comes down to shooting for North Carolina. They've got to be able to shoot the ball better, more consistently. That's what they did in that hot stretch last year. They just haven't been able to find that consistent stroke from long range combined with the inside game. And so it's like they struggle to find their identity, but it's been their long-range shooting that's been their Achilles heel this year.
Brian North joining us. Brian, in other news, Keaton Mitchell selected in the USFL draft. I feel like I've spent most of this week trying to explain to people that he's not foregoing an NFL career. This is not his ultimate goal. He was selected by the New Orleans Breakers, and if he does not get drafted, doesn't get a free agent deal he likes, and decides to go play in the USFL, he certainly has that as an option now, and will get paid to play football. But what'd you think of that? And it's interesting. I read an article with Moose Johnston, who's involved in the league and another one of the executives, and they said that, this is the first time since they've come back with the USFL that they're having a college player draft. So it's an inexact science. They're kind of taking a risk. They might be drafting a guy that'll never show up, but that's the risk they're taking. So kind of an interesting deal. We'll see how it all factors in with Keaton Mitchell.
If you're an old person like me, you remember the first time the USFL did this, and they went after all those guys, those stars, and
who was it, Brian? Was it Herschel Walker? Was one of them?
Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Ended up taking the big money from the USFL instead. So, there's precedence for it. If you offer somebody enough money, they'll usually chase that more than they will chase where they can play their best football. So, look, for Keaton, it's great to have options.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, size is going to be a big question mark with him going into the NFL, and whether he can withstand the hits of the NFL. And I mean, we know he's got the speed, we know he's got the intellectual ability, and so it's just a matter of, will somebody give him a shot, and then what is that shot? Is he just going to be a third down back, slot receiver? What is it they're going to do with him in the NFL where he can be most effective and make the most money? So if somebody in the USFL can offer him more money, give him more playing time, and increase his stock even more to jump to the NFL in the future, that is always an option that guys can consider now between that and the XFL.
Talking sports, Brian North on a Friday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Brian, we saw the normal number of mayhem at the end of the Daytona 500 last week. Ricky Stenhouse surviving and getting the win. And we now move on. Let's see, where are they this weekend, Brian? They will be out in California, Auto Club Speedway, coming up 3:30 on Sunday. Do you watch any of the 500? Did you watch the end? Anything stand out to you?
So I watched the last 20 laps, which is what I usually do for the Daytona 500, because, they're going to be safe along a lot of the way, but when you get to the end, it's wreckers or checkers, right? So as my buddy likes to call him, Recky Stenhouse, did wreck this time. He actually was able to stay above it. And it's just interesting when they decided to throw the caution, because Logano had the lead when the crash first happened, and then all of a sudden Ricky went low and was able to get the victory. And I'm mad because I picked Joey to win it, so that's just my own personal argument with it. But it's always cool to see guys who have not had a lot of success, and maybe now he can get the moniker of Mr. Danica Patrick away from him. For that was the only thing he was really known for, was dating her. But he's had a fun week of celebrating, and it's always curious to see what kind of hangover that the Daytona 500 champ has, especially now you have to go all the way to the West Coast to race in Fontana. So, but, interesting race. I would have rather had the race to the checkered flag instead of finishing under the caution flag like it did. But overall, it was typical Daytona, and with a surprise winner and restrictor plate racing. It all kind of fits the bill of what you expect when you watch the 500.
I had Chase Elliott and Ryan Blaney. Chase's day ended about halfway through. Blaney's pretty much ended in the same wreck. He came back and then I think had more damage. So that's the risk you take when trying to pick a winner in the Daytona 500. They'll be out in California coming up this Sunday. Brian, let's see, T-ball practice done. So what else is on the docket for this weekend?
Avoid the bad weather. Still got some outdoor work to do. Some house projects going on. And maybe just try to catch some of this. We've got third round of the high school basketball playoffs going on everywhere. We've got, obviously we talked college baseball and college basketball, but it's going to be a fun weekend with a lot of stuff going on. So I will be trying to catch some of it while also doing the family duty.
Oh, yeah. Brian North, WCTI 12, joining us today, getting you ready for a busy sports weekend. Brian, thanks for joining us, man. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, Clipper, enjoy yourself with all the cool stuff going on at ECU this weekend, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Brian. Looking forward to being in Minji Saturday night. Kind of bummed. Won't be on the stick tomorrow for an ECU baseball game, but hopefully the Pirates and Tar Heels can play that makeup game later this year. They will be throwing out the first pitch about an hour and 15 minutes from now out at Clark LeClaire Stadium for Game 1, Game 3, or Game 2, which was supposed to be Game 3, coming up Sunday at 1 o'clock in Chapel Hill. Let's take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we'll take a look at the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard and tell you what's going on with ECU softball as they are in action as we speak. We'll take a look at that when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
It's bow time. There's something special about the first bite of a Bojangles Cajun Filet biscuit, like an edible alarm clock that slaps you awake with bold Cajun flavor. The moment you sink your teeth into that soft, fluffy, made-from-scratch biscuit, then strike gold with a juicy piece of fried chicken, you'll know. Nothing beats the first bite, except the second first bite. Get a Cajun Filet biscuit combo today at Bojangles. It's bow time.
Do you have any real estate questions about buying or selling residential or commercial properties? Are you curious about this current real estate market? Do you need a property manager for all your rental houses? This is proud ECU alum Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty and SD Harris Properties, and I would love to help answer every question you have and show you a real estate experience that will be memorable and enjoyable. Every step of the way, I'm here to make your dreams a stress-free reality. Call me today at 347-1857. That's 347-1857. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
I'm Donald Stocks, owner of PIP Marketing Signs Print. We are your one-stop shop for just about anything printed. If we're not your go-to printer, please give us a call at 355-1636. We have over 80 5-star Google reviews and want you to be our next more than satisfied and well-pleased customer. Check us out at growitpip.com or stop in to see us at 3185 Mosley Drive in Greenville. PIP, where business goes to grow.
Before anyone walks into your business, the outside is what they see. Make sure your first impression is a good impression with the right curb appeal. Hi, this is Daniel Andrews from Dan Andrews Lawn Service. We specialize in making your business look great. Let us handle all your professional landscaping needs. We do it all so you don't ever have to worry. Residential services are also available. Call us today at 717-8006 and we'll come out and give you a free quote. Taking care of your landscaping needs is all we do, and we've been doing it for over 20 years. You can trust our reliable team at Dan Andrews Lawn Service, covering all of Eastern North Carolina.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for $11.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for just $2.99. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $11.99. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's Mexican Restaurant in downtown Greenville and online at chicosrestaurant.com. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Pirate Radio.
And I can promise you, there will be no quarter, ever, from ECU football. Go Pirates!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. The Dickinson Avenue Public House is a lively and diverse restaurant in Greenville that uses fresh and local ingredients and with influences of Creole, Asian, and upscale Southern cuisine. The Dickinson Avenue Public House offers a seasonally rotating menu and a full-service bar with rotating craft brews on tap. Come to the intersection of 8th and Dickinson and enjoy dollar oysters Tuesday through Thursday from 5:30 to 7. For more details, check out daphouse.nc.com. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live, and Shirley, you were yelling at the computer not that long ago as ECU was trailing Radford in softball, but that score has flipped, and looks like the Pirates in the lead right now.
Yeah, they came back and scored 2 runs, and they actually have now scored 2 more. So they've doubled up the score. 4-2 is your score heading into the top of the third inning.
They split with Bucknell yesterday, so right now 9-3 are the softball Pirates as they take on Radford right now. They'll play another game coming up at 5:30 this afternoon. So a doubleheader here on this Friday. We'll keep you up to date on that score right here on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck. All right, let's. I got some trivia for you.
Bring it on.
And we're going to go back and forth. Ladies first, so Shirley will go first. All y'all have to do is tell me what Division I basketball team in the state of North Carolina has the most wins this year. Shirley, you guess first.
I am going to go with... Wake Forest.
No. Chandler.
You say men's basketball?
Yes.
Let's go. I'm gonna go smaller school. Would I be going in the right track there?
Name a school.
No.
I'm ready to say no.
Davidson.
No.
UNC Wilmington.
No.
How about Pfeiffer University?
No.
UNC Pembroke.
Barton. No, they're not D1. NC State.
Nah. State.
It's not Carolina.
No.
Not Duke.
Nope. Now it just comes down to how many schools in North Carolina can you name?
D1.
Who have you not said?
Elon.
No.
Western Carolina.
No.
Appalachian State.
No.
UNC Charlotte.
No.
I don't know.
Come
Hell,
on.
we've run out of time.
No, you got to do it.
Let's go.
This is fun.
See here. Let's go.
Nobody's guessed ECU. I'm just throwing that out there.
ECU.
No.
Damn.
Who's left?
Man.
Who do we have left? USCG?
No.
Am I close?
Yeah.
You see Pembroke?
No.
UNC Asheville.
Yes. That game went exactly how I wanted it to go.
UNC Asheville.
Maybe the final school you didn't name. Campbell might still be out there. But there you go. UNC Asheville. I saw that tweet earlier today. In the state of North Carolina, they have the most wins this season.
Well, how many?
About that. I want to say 19. That sound right to you? But I found that interesting. You could win a bar bet with that one, I would imagine. Let me see if I can pull it up.
What is their mascot?
They're the Bulldogs. Big South. UNC Asheville Bulldog. Oh, I'm sorry. They have 23 wins. 23-7. So 15-2 in league play.
I was going to say, because I think State has 20. State.
Okay, yeah. 23-7 are the UNC Asheville Bulldogs. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Jack Dover, you were correct. Asheville is the answer. Well done, sir. Tony Dunn, CarolinaCatChronicles.com, will join us inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll talk about what went down this week in the NFL. And we'll answer Dawson's question he had for Chandler. I'll let Tony and Chandler give their thoughts as the Panthers have closed out and finalized their staff, I believe. So we'll talk about that and more coming up. Pirate Radio Live Hour 2 is on the way after this.
Swung on, hit left field. The Braves are going to tie it. Here comes Thompson. Tie game. Murphy with a single to left.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events, and we'll see you at the Buck.
With wireless deals, you can't always trust everything you hear. So when we tell you that at US Cellular you can choose from any unlimited evolved plan and get $500 off any phone with no hidden requirements, you're probably thinking, yeah, right. But that actually is right. Because at US Cellular, you actually can trust everything you hear. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
Do you want to get rid of wrinkles, tighten and lift your skin, smooth your skin texture, erase veins and brown spots, get rid of unwanted hair and under-eye fat pads? Are you interested in Botox or filler? Contact the licensed professionals at Beauty Bar MediSpa for a free consultation and ask about our newest technologies and treatments. Learn more at beautybarmedispa.com. Red Banks Road, Greenville. Enjoy your visit, love your transformation, and go Pirates!
Greenville's first ever Texas Fusion restaurant is now open for lunch. That's right, the Sidebar, located right beside the Dickinson Avenue Public House, now offers lunch Tuesday through Friday from 11:30 to 2:30. Come take a break from work and enjoy the tastiest food items around. Whether it's the honey chipotle chicken sandwich, smoked brisket tacos, chicken tortilla soup, chicken tinga nachos, or keep it simple with chips and salsa. To keep up with our ever-changing menu, food and drink specials, and more, follow the Sidebar on Facebook or on Instagram at sidebar.greenville.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance. The no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
Saturday, April 8th, the NC Strutmasters Championship is back, presented by Leopold and coming back to Farmville. Turkey hunters from all over the country are headed east to put their skills to the test, and the top scoring birds will win big cash prizes up to $30,000. Plus live performances by Nate Hosey and the Carolina Treat Band. A weigh-in will be held at R.A. Wood Farms, 39 Vanderford Thomas Road in Farmville, North Carolina. Registration is now open for two-man teams at ncstrutmasters.com. Brought to you by Sam Jones Barbecue, Big Rock Power Sports and Marine, Mossy Oak, Spring Hill Outfitters, Carolina Caliber, Mossberg, Doug Henry of Farmville, and Hayden Outdoors Real Estate. Deadline to register is April 3rd, or the first 165 teams. And we'll see you there for the NC Strutmasters Championship.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has two locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Chrissy's Europub is the perfect place to relax, grab a bite, and enjoy a drink. And located in the heart of Greenville and just a few blocks from ECU's campus, Christie's offers lunch, dinner, and late night with live music every Sunday. Come and have lunch Monday through Friday from 11 to 3 or Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4. For the latest information, check Christie's out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram or ChristiesEuropub.com. Scratch cooking takes time, so relax and enjoy a pint today at Christie's Europub. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Cliff.
Back with you, Pirate Radio Live, here on a Friday. Free Beer Friday coming up in hour number 3 of today's program. Pirate Baseball taking on North Carolina at 5 o'clock, so we'll keep you up to date on that and what's going on with Pirates softball. Last check, up 4-2. Still the same, Shirley. That is the score. Pirates lead Radford on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by The Buck. All right, Tony Dunn is here, C3 Podcast, joining us on a Football Friday. Tony, good to see you again. How you doing?
I am wonderful. After 4 weeks in the dark, I have emerged.
Yeah,
like Aaron Rodgers.
How was the ayahuasca?
Terrifying.
Which, by the way, I guess Aaron Rodgers has returned from his retreat.
Yeah.
He was in an Oregon facility. Has he spoken with anyone?
They say he was about to speak with the Jets.
Did he see his shadow?
How can you see your shadow in the dark?
4 more months of Aaron Rodgers drama, they confirmed after he exited.
Yes.
So, all right, we'll touch on that perhaps. But we got to answer a question from Dawson because Chandler's got to roll out here in a few minutes. He asked about the Panthers staff, his feelings on it. I'm looking at their staff, and I'm counting all the people on this staff that I've seen play NFL football. And Frank Reich is 1. Sean Jefferson is 2. Josh McCown is 3. Deuce Staley is 4. D'Angelo Hall is 5. And that is that I know of. There might be some more.
What about the Krugler guy? That sounds like somebody we've seen.
Robert Kugler. Maybe so. I don't know.
Sounds like a football name.
I also saw that Jim Caldwell is on the staff.
Yes. He's like in an advisory role.
Senior assistant, Jim Caldwell. That's a guy that you wanted perhaps as a head coach.
Man, this is like the best scenario for me. And I've been saying it from the beginning. I would have been happy with Caldwell and then Reich as his offensive coordinator. Or
we said Reich. Wasn't it Reich is white Caldwell?
Yeah.
Caldwell was black Reich.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they got both.
I know. I mean, it's the best of both worlds, as Jay-Z said. And on top of that, Jim Caldwell did his press conference, and he probably is the smartest guy in the room. He is brilliant sounding. He's just so even keel.
Well, that's like why we used to kind of make fun of him.
Yeah.
Like, he won a lot with the Lions, especially for their standards, but would always have that face as if you couldn't tell if they were tied, up 40, down 40. It was the same exact face every time.
He's awesome. No, man, this is the complete 180 of what we just had. And we did so many shows, and I guess it's like maybe this is a pat on my own back moment, but we did so many shows about the main concern being Matt Rule, his entire staff just lacking NFL.
Well,
experience.
Tony, I remember year 1 of Matt Rule. That was a concern, I remember, for you. And then I feel like he made some firings and brought in at least a few more guys with NFL experience going into year 2, right?
Yeah.
But still not enough.
Did he only do 2 seasons? Is that all he got?
I think so.
Okay. One
right?
Teddy Bridgewater. Yeah, 1 Teddy Bridgewater, 1 Sam Darnold. That's it.
No. Well, what about Baker? So was it 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think
maybe it was after year 2 going into year 3 that he brought.
That's where we got the experience. And one of the things too I said was not the concern is some of the current concern was a college coach coming to the NFL, but it's the entire staff was college coaches in the NFL.
Right.
And what I wanted more was balance, like how Sean McVay had, where he brought in
Wade Phillips.
Yes.
Yeah.
And now I think if you look at our staff right here, it's a fantastic blend of old hats and young energy, from Deuce Staley to Ejiro Evero, who everybody in the world loves. And now you got Jim Caldwell, Dom Capers, and is like Evero's right-hand man. And how can you not be excited when your right-hand man, your mentor, has better hair than you do?
The hair, man, stole the show this week.
It's
Dom
better
Capers'
than when
hair.
he was the coach.
It is so perfectly lined. And
he got the chalk.
It is. All right, Chandler, what's your take on the Panthers coaching staff? Are you as excited as Tony is? And why does D'Angelo Hall have a really little logo compared to everybody else on his shirt?
That is a good question. I was actually going to ask if you mentioned D'Angelo Hall and those former players that you've seen play.
And the answer to that would be yes.
The reason being is because that's not a real picture.
That's a Photoshop?
Yeah, because look at the
He's got a white background.
He got hired. He was like one of the last hires.
Fake.
All I have to say is, I fear God, homie.
Do you know what that's a reference to?
No.
DeAndre Hopkins breaking D'Angelo Hall's ankle.
Don't touch me, bro.
And there was a training. It's a cool video.
Right.
We'll pull it up during the break.
I remember. Well, I don't remember the words, but I remember that event.
Yes.
I'm really excited about this staff that Frank Reich's put together, and I guess I'm just more excited about the experience all combined throughout this staff. I mean, you guys mentioned it a while ago, but Matt Rule just kind of brought all his guys from college, and there wasn't really any NFL experience on that staff. And
Snow, was that the guy, defensive coordinator?
Yeah, but he was all college still.
Right.
I'm excited about these new guys that he's brought in. I'm more excited that he kept some guys that we really liked on last year's staff. James Campen will be retained.
Tabor.
Chris Tabor, the special teams coordinator. So I was really excited to see those guys come back. But I mean, you got a lot of experience, but you also got a lot of young guys. I mean, Thomas Brown is a young guy.
He looks super young in his profile picture.
Yeah, and Ejiro Evero, he's young, and then you've got the old heads like Dom Capers and Jim Caldwell to come in here and kind of help groom these coaches along and to answer any questions that they might have as they go along in this upcoming season. So I guess the Deuce Staley, I listened to him the other day. Him and David Newton's already gone back and forth.
Have they?
Well, David Newton asked him about, are you going to commute to Columbia for now or whatever? And Deuce was basically like, you got the car? You got the gas money? And
God.
yeah, so it was fun.
Oh God,
but
poor David.
Well, Deuce is already missing out on talking junk to Aaron Glenn every day, so he's got to find somebody to talk junk to.
Yeah.
If y'all watched Hard Knocks last year, Deuce and Glenn went back and forth.
That was so fun to
I
watch.
have to go back and watch Deuce Staley's press conference, and you know what I'm most excited about, Chairman, is if things go sideways, we could just put Josh McCown in and D'Angelo Hall.
Yes.
I mean, like Dante Jackson goes down, D'Angelo, get in there.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel like
you kind of
we're
joke.
about.
I could see McCown like throwing a touchdown and 2 picks this week,
like Sam Darnold,
if you need it. Yeah.
I mean, and Josh McCown was going to be the guy that I mean, the most unique hire maybe was Josh McCown, but he's the guy that I believe has been looked at as a head coach.
I know his name randomly popped up with the Texans, right?
And then they got shamed.
Yeah.
The Texans got shamed out of that decision last year and then said, oh, man, we better probably hire some minority coaches.
I know the best policy is to not look at the internet hysteria when announcements are made, when things are out. But do you think sometimes teams or organizations just kind of put something out there and just see what it would be like? What would people say about this? And then they look at it and say, okay.
Then they say, here's $235 million fully guaranteed, Deshaun Watson.
Right. Yeah.
But looking at the staff, I might leave some guys out. But we just mentioned Josh McCown. He was looked at as a head coaching candidate. Thomas Brown was looked at as a head coaching candidate. Ejiro Evero was looked at as a head coaching candidate. Jim Caldwell just this past offseason, even for the Panthers, was a head coaching consideration. And apparently Jim Caldwell is a coach that a lot of people wanted on their staff in whatever role. And Frank Reich was able to go out and get him to be the, I guess, senior assistant to the head coach. So,
do you remember Sean Jefferson at all, Tony? I remember when our
Did
mutual
he play for the Rams?
Our mutual friend Daniel was a Bledsoe era Patriots fan. He was on those teams.
I want to say his son is Vance Jefferson.
Yes,
there you go.
It is. And Parks Frazier, who is our passing game coordinator.
He's what, 17 years old?
Yeah.
He is married to...
He's cool connection here, yeah.
Caroline Can, who was the former Panthers reporter who all the guys are in love with. But the cool part about this is there's like a welcome home or something tweet or whatever. And guess who officiated their wedding?
Frank Reich.
Frank Reich.
It is a very good NFL staff. You described it as a lot of young energy with veterans, but also the Panthers being a smaller market team, it does have a homey feel to it with Deuce being a South Carolina boy.
Capers.
Frank Reich and his family being there.
Yeah.
Dom Capers coming home.
Jim Caldwell.
Josh McCown has a home in Charlotte.
Yeah.
So Jim Caldwell's entire family lives in North Carolina because from the days that he was Wake Forest head coach.
I think, you Panthers fans probably like that, right? Kind of it's a big deal with the Hurricanes. Not that any of their players are around here, but it really does feel like kind of Raleigh's small team, so to speak. And the Panthers are not New York or...
No, we're not, but it's starting to... You got to wonder if North Carolina is becoming... And not just the Charlotte and the Carolina Panthers, but North Carolina as a state is becoming more and more of a destination for people as they... we've heard of the Yankees moving to Florida, but they've been creeping back up. And North Carolina is an attractive place. It's got the beach. It's got the mountains. And we're growing. And Charlotte's a wonderful city. And I really think this starts with Frank Reich, that this shows that how much respect he garners across the league. They asked Jim Caldwell to speak on some reasons beyond his relationship with Frank Reich of why he came to Carolina. And he said, really, there isn't anything more than that, is that that's why I'm here, is because of my respect for Frank Reich. We've worked together before in the past, and then he did move on to his family lives here, and it's just easier. But Frank Reich he's known, and this is again, I hate to keep going back to Rat Mule. That's our name for him. If you should have seen him on Madden the first year, because they didn't take his real picture, so it was just like this awful picture. But Matt Rule he just didn't have the connections in the league, to reach into it. So,
and not only in the past 3 or 4 years has the success and maybe just the franchise as a whole been, broken up and stuff, but the culture of the Carolina Panthers has been broken up. And I think that getting all these North Carolina / Charlotte connections can, starting from the top, Frank Reich, who was the first ever quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, I think that could bring back and kind of reform a culture.
These guys are super accomplished, too. They're not just, one of the things that Reich, he's been really good in his press conferences, but for instance, when he talked about Dom Capers coming with a Giro, he said this isn't a sentimental hire. Dom Capers is great at his job. He's accomplished at this. These guys have, if you look at Caldwell, he's only the second coach in NFL history to go 12 straight wins in his rookie season as a coach. Frank Reich reeled off 12 straight wins, even though, albeit it was after starting, poorly in the beginning of his rookie year. They have Super Bowls all down the list. These guys, I believe, and this, Chandler, I talked about this on the podcast, is I'm willing to say right now that the Panthers will get back-to-back winning seasons under Frank Reich's tenure at some point. It's finally
which hasn't been done
ever.
That's
never
crazy.
happened.
Kenny says all this for the Panthers to finish third in the South this year.
All right, says Kenny, the Cowboys fan that says this is our year every year, and they don't even.
I'd love to hear actually why anyone could even argue that at this point, because if you look across the entire NFC South, best coaching staff, most accomplished coaching staff. You could we could take Frank Reich out and put Jim Caldwell in. We still got the best coaching staff. No one has a quarterback.
I know.
Not a single person has a quarterback.
Literally, the Bucs have one, and it's Kyle Trask, who I was told by somebody on Wednesday night at trivia, he got 0 snaps. He didn't even dress at all last year, except for the preseason. So they basically don't have a quarterback.
I don't see divisional odds yet, but I'm looking at Super Bowl odds. Saints are plus 3,000. Panthers are plus 5,000, and then the Falcons and Bucks are near the bottom at plus 8,000. Basically to say, none of these teams are going to set the world on fire, but it is wide open, and the Panthers have more hope than maybe anyone in that division right now.
Yeah, it's just going to come down to see who. I guess maybe if the Saints somehow get Derek Carr, you could say they could be pretty good. But Dennis Allen has stunk as a coach in the NFL. Come on. Like, I mean, this is right away, this team has been more legitimate. I have less concern, or I'm more at ease with this coaching staff than I have ever been with the Carolina Panthers coaching staff. And I liked Ron Rivera. I liked John Fox. But if you look across the board, these guys are more accomplished than they are.
Tony Dunn, C3 Podcast, joining us. Chandler, you got to roll out for a minute. We'll let you roll out. We'll take a break, come back, talk more NFL news and notes here on a Friday. Talk a little draft, see what the conversation's been on the C3 Podcast amongst Panthers fans as we get into combine season, pre-draft stuff, all that.
All our favorite stuff.
All right, we'll take a break, come back, more to go. Pirate Radio Live, Hour 2 after this.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers. University Book Exchange, UBE or ECU, University Book Exchange. University Book Exchange, UBE or ECU, University Book Exchange.
While you're sleeping, our whole hogs are slow cooking over wood to create that bite that Eastern North Carolina is known for. I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have been the torchbearers for what whole hog barbecue is supposed to be. At Sam Jones, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors. Everything, and I mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Come on over and see us at Sam Jones Barbecue, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. Sam Jones Barbecue, Fire Tower Road.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low, low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
To keep your bodies active and engaged in the activities that you love, you need a good stretch. And at Bodies and Balance, that's the mission they follow to give you the best quality of life. With years of experience, the team at Bodies and Balance can create a stretch or massage program that is right for you. Now check this out. If you mention Pirate Radio, you get your first stretch consultation free. Yes, free. And that's not all. Mention Pirate Radio and your first time massage is only $1 per minute. Now that's the deal. Call 916-4530 and check them out online at bodiesandbalance.com.
Take control of your health today with ArcPoint Labs. Are you feeling tired, exhausted, or lethargic and not able to explain why? Fatigue can be caused by a number of things such as lack of sleep, illness, or chronic disease. The ArcPoint Lab Fatigue Panel is designed to help people understand what could be causing their fatigue. Get a simple blood test today by getting started at arcpointlabs.com or call 629-6228. ArcPoint Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit arcpointlabs.com.
Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. Wings Over delivers. If you're looking for wings to be delivered to your home, Wings Over Greenville has you covered with no third party needed. Wings Over Greenville has its own in-house delivery service. Be sure to try the all-new tender sandwiches by ordering ahead on the Wings Over mobile app. Open till 3 a.m. on Friday and Saturday, Wings Over has everything to cure those late-night munchies. Give them a call at 758-9464. Wings Over Greenville. They deliver.
Pirate Radio, Pirate Radio.
Pirate.
Pirate.
Pirate Radio. Pirate Radio.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at PR927FM. You can join the over 61,000 followers today. And as we head back into the show, a quick Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard update. Radford has tacked on a run, so now East Carolina's lead is down to 1. It's 4-3 in the top of the fourth. Bottom of the fourth, I should say.
Thank you for that, Shirley Rhodes, on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Game 1 of a doubleheader for the Pirates and the Radford Highlanders. That's interesting. I say Highlanders because I'm country, I guess. Highlanders. Shirley double dipping here with Chandler out. He'll be back here shortly. Tony Dunn, C3 Podcast, hanging out inside the Pirate Radio studios on a Friday. A lot of Russell Wilson stuff going around.
Yeah.
And this is one of those things where I don't know if any quotes have been attributed to anyone, but there's a story came out today in The Athletic that said Russell Wilson was pushing to have Pete Carroll fired as the coach of the Seahawks before Wilson's departure from Seattle to Denver. According to the report, Wilson asked Seahawks ownership in February of 2022 to fire Carroll and the GM, John Schneider, with the hope that the team would hire Sean Payton. So I guess if you start connecting dots, well, guess who Wilson's coach is now? Sean Payton. Of course,
so
Russell
was that
Wilson.
his plan the whole time? Is that like why he stunk this year? It's like he tanked for Peyton.
Yeah, he threw a why that we could not explain why Russell Wilson was playing so bad. Now I think we just figured it out. Russell Wilson has denied all this. He said, "I never wanted them fired. Yeah, all any of us wanted to do was win. I'll always have respect for them, love for Seattle, blah blah blah." A lawyer for Wilson disputed that this was entirely fabricated. So
a lawyer?
Yeah, I don't know why lawyers are involved in this. But this is one of those things, Tony, where, I mean, anybody, and I guess The Athletic is you'd like to think they're going to run with it if they think it's reputable. But then again, they could just run with it because everybody's talking about it.
Anybody says it. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's kind of what the internet does. That's what the news does. And the thing is I'm starting to wonder, is Russell Wilson a bad guy? Like an anti-hero, not even.
He certainly comes off as a good guy, right, but is he one of those like too good to be true?
Yeah, like
the wrong way.
We thought he was perfect for so long, and he was the real Christian vibe. I used to, I mean, when we were playing those games that were 15-12, the Seahawks versus the Panthers, it was just he would throw up these prayers and they'd be answered by Jesus at the end of the game. But my favorite story of the week when it comes to Russell Wilson is Seahawks. Tariq Woolen, who said that he looks like he's in shape when you look at him on the camera.
Yeah.
But in the locker room, he's just a big sack of potatoes.
Yikes.
So
was that said in jest or was that a slight? You know what I mean?
Oh, no, it was in jest. He wasn't being real mean about it. He was not. He went on a podcast and said it. So, and it was like it was lighthearted, but it was honest.
Yeah.
So that was great. You were mentioning all the subscribers you guys get. Go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. For this. And by the way, go to the C3 Panthers podcast and subscribe, because we are 5 subscribers away from 5,000.
Wow, that's awesome.
And we have been working so hard to get to that number. It feels like Mount Everest at times. But we're plugging away.
Do it right now, folks. Head over to...
Get us over the hump.
What do you type in on YouTube? C3?
Panthers
Simple
podcast.
as that?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, cool. Tony, are y'all mocking yet on your podcast?
I'm not.
You don't want to mock too early and get burned out.
I feel like, they're mocking me at this point. There's another Panthers podcast and they're at Mach 15.0.
Oh, boy. Here
15.0. And I was like this, you don't have to put the point if you're just doing 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sure.
I feel like
you can do 1.1, 1.2.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's 15.0. I was like, man, 15 mocks already? And we haven't even had the combine. No, we're running a segment on the C3 Panthers podcast called Convince Me to Care, where my co-host, who likes the NFL draft, likes the combine, tries to convince me to care about these draft picks going forward. And it's been a fun little bit, good cop, bad cop at this point. But the combine starts next week.
Yeah, it'll start on Tuesday. I'm looking at the NFL dates on the calendar, stuff we're looking forward to. So the 28th of February, last day of February, combine begins in Indianapolis. We'll be keeping an eye on Keaton Mitchell and C.J. Johnson as well.
Oh, man, he's already taken.
He's taken. Stuff this week.
He is taken.
Yeah.
That dummy.
Yeah, USFL.
I love him. Thursday, I think defensive ends. That's where I'll be tuning in. Thursday, defensive ends. Maybe wide receivers. I know, and Saturday is quarterbacks.
These are things you're interested in watching.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the quarterbacks because we're going to want to.
Yeah.
I have a look. I don't act like I know anything when it comes to football. I just have fun watching it. But every year it feels like there's one of these quarterbacks that soars, like up the, that everybody gets behind. I think this year, if I had to put some money on it, it would be Richardson and Levis are the two names that I think are going to. But
because your obvious ones are Bryce Young and C.J. Stroud as 1, 2, 1, 2, however you want to rank them. But I've watched a lot of shows and they they're football sports shows, but also gambling shows. So they're always looking for an edge. And there's a lot of, hey, take a flyer on Richardson first overall or Levis first overall.
It kind of has a feel to it like that Baker Mayfield draft where he came out of nowhere and went number 1. Sam Darnold that year. But it almost gets to this point where it's like it's hard to be the number 1 guy too early.
Yep.
So Bryce Young was the number 1 guy from the beginning.
Remember Tank for Tua a few years ago?
Yes.
And it ended up being Burrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Fields going into a couple of years ago into his senior season, like everybody's like, oh, this guy's a consensus number 1. And then by the time the draft comes around, everybody else has, climbed. So being that
I feel
king
like
of the
Sam Howell, I don't know if he was number 1, but he had a lot of Heisman hype and ended up being just a late pick by Washington.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of wondering, and this is like my hot take, and everybody roasts me for it right now, is that Bryce Young slips because they start really looking at his size. They see, man, he's undersized. He's 185 pounds. And that Alabama tape just seems so far away in the past at this point. And then you're going to look at these darlings. Somebody's going to come out there. AR is going to come out there and do one of those crazy throwing 70 yards on the run and then run a
good
440. Yeah, and then Levis is going to just be throwing missiles down the field.
I heard he's a good athlete, too.
Yeah.
And is going to rise up after he's in shorts next week.
What happens if Bryce Young slips? I think it could happen.
Are you trying to hope this? Is this a take or a hope?
It's a hot take.
A hot hope.
Hot hope.
Other dates to keep an eye on: March 7th, deadline for clubs to designate franchise or transition players. Let's see. March 7th, college pro days begin.
Ooh.
So you'll have that.
Ooh, are we gonna? Is Keaton Mitchell gonna do one here?
Yeah. I don't see why he would.
Can we go? Can I be your +1 club?
Yeah, you've gone before.
I have.
Right out there. That's a good question, though. I'm sure he'll do some things, but if he has good times at the combine, he might say, I'm not going to do those again. What's the point? So
he is very, very fast.
Very fast. Very, very fast.
But we all just want to get to free agency. That's the most fun.
Middle of March.
3 days.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it's such a great 3 days. And now we don't even have the leaks anymore because they can pre-negotiate in a day. So you just get the news. So it's going to be a great time. And I wonder, do you have any free agent hopes?
I haven't even looked at it, to be honest with you. How about yourself?
I have one, Jimmy Ward.
Okay.
Good safety, played safety for the 49ers. Not this past year. He played nickel corner after coming off an injury. He is 30 or 31, so a little older. And then is it Chauncey Gardner?
Mm-hmm.
I think he would be fine. I've always we haven't had a rangy safety in a while, so that's kind of what I'm looking at. I don't want the quarterbacks are too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not really interested in that. And I'm not I would be more excited if we got, is it Chauncey Gardner? Because I feel like I'm always going to get him mixed up with Sauce Gardner now.
Yeah, you're talking about the guy
from the Saints,
went to the Eagles. Yeah.
Yeah. I would be more excited about that than DeAndre Hopkins.
I'm looking up the official name. C.J. Gardner. Is there a Chauncey for the C?
Okay, C.J.
Yeah, Gardner.
See, I'm just
Johnson.
mixing. I'm just doing what I do right now, and that's just blending people's names.
Correct. The free agency going to be a lot of fun. NFL draft, the lead up to it. And for Washington fans, we've had the Eric Bieniemy news. He had his press conference this week.
Tell me how you feel about it.
I feel okay about it from a fan and he being a coach standpoint. I'm being one of those fans, and I usually hate when people do this, where I'm looking at it from his perspective, saying, why are you doing this?
What's the worst that's going to happen? Is he's going to go back to Kansas City. That's
maybe.
The worst.
Did Andy Reid tell him that?
They'll these guys are always going to take care of their own.
I'm just worried if it tanks. Not worried. I'm saying if I'm Bieniemy, I'm thinking if it tanks, which it looks like it's on pace to do so.
Yeah.
Because Rivera is on a hot seat. So if they fail, he gets fired. Bieniemy doesn't have a job anymore. Do they just name him the head coach? Maybe discussions.
This is what I wonder. Can this happen to where the Commanders, basically fizzle out, but the offense looks okay enough to where then you point him interim.
Yeah.
And then he does good. So he does pretty well as the interim head coach.
All he wants to do in this world, Tony, is be a head coach.
Rivera fired.
And the best way to do that is to get on a sinking ship where the head man's going to get fired, and by week 7, head coach. Interim, but head coach.
Hey. And then he does a good job. What about his responses? I like this, is the LaShawn McCoy stuff. I thought he handled it beautifully. And I think people have been too hard on LaShawn McCoy about this take. People are coming out and talking, You got
to remind me, Tony, what story did we really like about LaShawn McCoy? Or when I say it was a salacious one. Because there was Le'Veon Bell with the naked girls, right?
Yeah.
What was McCoy?
I didn't know there was a McCoy one.
I feel like we had a McCoy. Maybe it was just him, with the flyers about the girls, strippers or something. I don't know. They all run together with these NFL stories.
Yeah.
But it was Le'Veon Bell with the two.
That's the good one.
That two girls robbed him, and they. Can you describe them? What were they wearing? Well, they were naked last time I saw them. Great answer.
It was more wholesome story than. Have you been following Antonio Brown at all?
No.
First,
is he still doing stuff?
Gosh, he had.
Last time I saw him, he was in a pool with his winky out.
Yeah, he had. The same time around that Le'Veon Bell story, he had the story about where he had a physical trainer or the masseuse, and he just came out and pulled a Deshaun Watson on her.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere. So he's just been. No, his latest one was his. He gave this girl CTE, he said, with his...
Oh, dear.
And then somebody said...
I'm done with
no,
this
is great. Somebody said, well, I guess Vontaze Perfect gave you...
Yeah.
I'll show you
I
the
don't know
tweet.
what
It's terrible. No, he's he's out. He's a mess.
Yeah.
He's a mess.
He is. All right,
It's
Tony.
sad almost at this point.
Appreciate you hanging out, man.
Yeah, no problem.
What's on the docket for the C3 podcast?
Friday Free For All is going strong on Fridays. We will continue live 9 p.m. Tuesday night, the C3 Panthers podcast, the longest running Panthers podcast. We're going into our 11th season. Haven't missed a week yet. And again, convince me to care as we enter the draft talk. And one of the things, I think we're going to do some watch along here. Because I hate, you got to keep it's sad. It's our business though. So I can hate some of this stuff. Like I can't get that excited. I don't get excited about it, but you have to go to work. And so we probably will do some watch along, maybe watch along the quarterbacks,
the combine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Do something like that. And then
I would be more interested in that than watching the combine. So I might, I'll tune in for that.
And then also I just got word maybe lining up old, Carolina Panther one-year receiver David Geddes. And
I am offended that you came in and said you probably don't know this name. I mean, come on, dude.
Okay.
Who are you talking to over
here?
Okay.
Right now he's like a quality control coach for Syracuse or something like that.
I did not know he attended Baylor, but I do remember him in the league as a receiver.
1 year. He had a very good rookie year. I think he was a 6th-round pick. He had something like 39 catches for 684 yards. How many yards did he have?
37, 508, had 3 touchdowns as a rookie.
And that's the Jimmy Clausen year.
Also kick returned. Oh, so this was the 1 and whatever, or 2? How many wins?
Yeah. I mean, then we got Cam. I had I was arguing with my co-host this week because he loves Terrace Marshall Jr. and he's young. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't had his heart broken enough yet.
Oh yeah.
So he's just optimistic. I said, man, Brandon LaFell greater than all of these guys.
Oh god.
Think about that. As Brandon LaFell played like 9 years in the league, he had 700 yards a season.
Dwayne Jarrett. Better than all these.
No, actually, you know what? It's like that is the ultimate bust, right?
Is he? Dwayne Jarrett?
He's
biggest
one of those
Panthers
guys
bust?
I think you just feel bad for because you just know the problem is they're just dumb.
Oh, yeah?
You hate to say that about people, but sometimes it's the case.
Yeah.
There's just not a lot of light bulbs on that Christmas tree.
We'll do that. We got a lot of off-season shows, so one day we'll do the biggest bust in our favorite teams' histories when the draft. We got a lot of them on Washington side, so that'll be fun. Tony, thanks for hanging out, man.
Thank you for having me back.
Shirley, can we get an update? Are you still watching, keeping an eye on the action going on? What's going on at Johnson Stadium?
Radford's just made a pitching change. East Carolina has tacked on another run. It's 5-3.
Nice.
So, I don't know what inning we're in. I think we're in the 4th inning.
We're getting later in the game. Pirates with the lead on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
Oh, thanks, Shirley. We'll take a timeout, come back. When we return, we'll check in with Greeny, Mark Greenhelge, Golf Shop Radio Show. Tell you what's going on this weekend in the world of golf. Also talk about his Clemson Tigers. They got a big one with NC State coming up on Saturday. A lot more to go. Pirate Radio Live, back with you after this.
Jeff Stein, our special guest from Brown & Wood. Hey, Jeff, electric cars are coming. What's that mean for Brown & Wood customers?
For the customers, like it or not, EV is coming. We've installed 5 electric vehicle chargers here at the dealership. We have the all-new Cadillac Lyriq coming at 1st of 2024, and we've just seen the first reservation for the new Sierra EV.
People are interested in electric vehicles. How can they get up with you?
They can visit us at brownandwood.net or 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
Chico's in downtown Greenville is celebrating 40 years of business all month long in March with a special anniversary menu. Grab your amigos and enjoy blast from the past menu favorites. And coming up on Saturday, March 11th, join Chico's for their 40th anniversary fiesta with music by Purple School Bus and DJ Dog from 1 to 6 in the Chico's parking lot. Brought to you by Minji's Bottling Group, Bud Light, and U.S. Foods. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
This is Talbot Green, and I'm excited to announce our new partnership with Integrity Home Mortgage. Integrity Home Mortgage offers a wide variety of programs ranging from conventional, government, and portfolio loans, plus construction and lot loans. Our Integrity Home Mortgage team of Talbot Green, Braxton Green, and Joanne Weir offer over 50 years of experience and is committed to providing you with superior customer service.
To get started, call me, Braxton Green, at 526-8260.
Braxton Green, NMLS 222-3878. For informational purposes only, Integrity Home Mortgage Corporation is an equal housing lender, NMLS 208516. There's a common misbelief today that to make it further, you need to push yourself, that you need to give up any joy to continue your rigid routine. Or you could try another way. Take some time to enjoy life, like having a Michelob Ultra with friends, because happiness is essential to living an exceptional life. Michelob Ultra, a refreshing and balanced flavor with only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Michelob Ultra, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989.
With over 30 locations across North Carolina and southeastern Virginia, Quality Equipment is your local John Deere dealer, where you'll find everything you need for your next project. Our complete lineup of John Deere lawn and garden, agricultural, and commercial worksite equipment comes with years of experience, expertise, and dedication. We know what it takes to get it done right. Stop by today or visit us online at qualityequip.com.
Did you know 1 in 5 Americans use alternative wellness practices? And this number is growing, with good reason. Your CBD store empowers modern wellness through premium hemp products. We're the #1 CBD brick and mortar in the world with products for sleep, focus, recovery, and more. Our products are the gold standard in hemp wellness. Your CBD store, Greenville, 420 East Arlington Boulevard, or call 999-5127.
Must be 18 years of age. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Great. It's 30 degrees in here. This is going to be a cold night.
No one's coming out this late.
I'm on firewood.
Dad! I'll put hot coals in our socks for bedtime.
Mom!
Hi, I'm from Delcor Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Got an email about your heat being out?
That was me. I sent it from my phone.
I think your socks are on fire.
Call Delcor today to get a new system installed for less than $100 a month. Offer expires soon. Go to delcorinc.com. Monthly fee based on new system financing is 9.9% APR for 120 months. Call Delcor for details.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Josh Moylan, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by Country Mart. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations, in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Watch all of Pirate Radio's local programming on YouTube Live. You can watch Pirate Radio Live Monday through Friday from 3 until 6 p.m. And, of course, the Bud Light pregame tailgate in the U.S. Cellular fifth quarter on game days. Just go to YouTube, search Pirate Radio TV, and click on that subscribe button. And while you're at it, click that like button as well. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, Shirley, coming up hour 3, we'll be watching East Carolina take on North Carolina down the road at Clark LeClaire Stadium. We'll be here for our final hour before heading over there. And also talking to Morgan Ahlers. Right now, we will head out to the Pirate Radio Live line and talk to Mark Greenhill's Golf Shop Radio Show coming your way. Saturday, right here, 8 to 10 a.m. on Pirate Radio. And Greeny joins us now on the Pirate Radio Live line. Greeny, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. Clip, how are you doing?
Doing all right. And Greeny, let's talk about what's going on in the world of golf before we hit on some other topics. And let's see, we're at the Honda Classic this weekend. I don't know, what are the headlines this week in the world of golf? What are you following, Greeny?
Well, this is one of those forgotten events, kind of like what we had at the AT&T Pebble Beach a few weeks ago. sandwiched between a couple of those designated events. We saw last week what a great field it was. Next week we're going to get a great field as well as we head out, to some of the other events going on in the Arnold Palmer Invitational and heading into the Players Championship. So again, this is one of those events that's going to get lost in the shuffle. You only have like 4 of the top 50 in the world, maybe 8 or 9 of the top 100 in the world. So this is a week for the guys that may not have as much status, or maybe some Korn Ferry graduates from last year, somebody that's trying to get going. This is a week for them. So that's kind of what you pay attention to in these kind of events right now.
Greeny, have you been following Full Swing on Netflix? Have you been checking out the behind-the-scenes production that has come out recently?
I've gotten through episode 1, so I thought it was interesting. The Jordan Spieth, Justin Thomas, and good for Netflix. I mean, right out of the gate, they're going to show you behind the scenes and the leading up to Justin Thomas winning his second major championship at the PGA. So very interesting. We're going to get a lot more of, for episode 2, if you haven't seen it yet, of waste management and a lot more of the live guys coming into this thing and where they stood and all the back and forth going on. So I thought episode 1, they did a really good job kind of giving us the stuff that we don't get to see, like Justin Thomas going to a CVS because he's got bad allergies. So if it continues along those lines, I think it's going to be a great success.
Mark Greenelge, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us. I saw Greeny earlier this week, Harold Varner III tweeting out, I guess, his team for Live this year, and Bubba Watson included in that with the Range Goats, I guess. So when I don't know, when does all the Live stuff begin? Like, when's the first event of the year?
Oh, they're up and running right now.
Okay.
Today is their first round of the year, and you got the Crushers leading Smash and the 4 Aces and the Fireball. Still not a big fan of these names, especially the Range Goat.
It sounds like roller derby back used to come on like Saturday nights. Team names that would be in that or something.
Yeah, I mean, they kind of went down like the football, the soccer, I guess you would say, the soccer names, the golf clubs or the football club kind of a thing. I don't get it. I think you could have come up with some much better names, some much better marketing opportunities. I mean, there's no logo that I'm really running out to, if I was a fan, that I'm running out to kind of go after and wear as a team logo or buy a hat. So, man, I think that's kind of some contrived stuff, although we are going to get to see the results of this Live League and a lot of the PGA Tour stuff with the designated event. Now the PGA Tour and the LPGA Tour have announced that they're going to have a team event later in the year. So lots of changes coming to the PGA Tour, and they continue to come.
Mark Greenelge, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us. We'll hear what's coming up on the Golf Shop Radio Show on Saturday in just a moment. But Greeny, let's talk about your Clemson Tigers real quick. As long as they can avoid Louisville on the schedule, maybe they'll be all right. They lose to Louisville, but then come back with an 18-point win over Syracuse. So maybe they righted some wrongs from what happened last weekend. But they got a big one coming up Saturday at noon in Raleigh against NC State as they try to close out strong and secure their spot in the big dance next month.
Yeah, ESPN currently has them as the second 4 out. So one of the 8 teams that are out, they've got North Carolina, who is 8-8 or 9-8 or something ridiculous in conference.
Yeah.
As one of the last 4 out. So and Clemson the next 4 out in the 4th spot. I think it really comes down for Clemson is, can they finish in that 4 spot? Can they win enough games? I mean, they're in the 4th spot right now. They're only 1 game out of first, with Miami, Virginia, and Pittsburgh all having 4 losses. Then you got Duke and NC State sitting behind them at 6 losses. I think if they can maintain that 4th slot, I think that they should be in with probably 1 ACC tournament win after the bye.
Yeah, and it's set up for them, too. They got Notre Dame at home to wrap up the regular season, which is a very winnable game. If they could somehow steal one at NC State at Virginia before that, and then, like you said, win a game in the tournament, certainly if they win multiple games in the ACC tournament, that would go a long way. So it's kind of still out there for them, kind of controlling your destiny, to use a phrase.
Yeah, which is really tough because BJ Hall has been just a great player. I mean, I got to see him live, and I hadn't seen a whole lot of him. But, man, just watching him as a big man all the different things that he can do. I kind of want him to be able to showcase in the tournament that he's that good of a player so that a lot more people can see that, and maybe he gets a good shot in the NBA.
Greeny, have you ever been to a Clemson NCAA tournament basketball game?
I have not. I have not been to a tournament. I've been to an ACC tournament, but never a March Madness game. No.
I know there is a pod in Greensboro this year. Maybe Clemson will be there. You can check that out. We're still dying for the next time East Carolina can make an NCAA tournament. Greeny, it has been 30 years. The Pirates taking on the number 1 team in the country on Saturday. Also a baseball series going on with North Carolina this weekend. So big weekend here in Greenville. We'll see the number 1 team in the country Saturday night, Greeny.
Yeah, that's always nice. I mean, anytime that you can get big-time games like that, I mean, there's always a chance that you get to flood the floor after the game, right? So you always give yourself a chance to, I mean, that's back in the day, that's how Florida State football made their name. They said, we'll go play anybody anywhere and at any time, and if somebody wants to come play us, we'll have it. So, the more the merrier, and the better, bigger games you can get, there's always a chance of an upset.
Pirates knocked off number 5 Houston a couple years ago, Greeny, with nobody in attendance due to COVID. So this time should be a packed house Saturday night when the number 1 Cougars roll into town. What's coming up Saturday on the Golf Shop Radio Show, Greeny? What you got planned for this week?
Well, we're going to talk a lot of Myrtle Beach. We're going to go back down to the beach and talk to big-timer Charlie Reimer, see what he's got going on, who he's interviewed lately, and what he thinks of the status of the early returns on 2023. We'll catch up with Scott Tomasello as the World Amateur Handicap Championship, the big event, 4,000-plus players coming down to Myrtle Beach later on this year, so we'll check in as that registration opens up. We'll check in with Bill Bender, talk a little March Madness as well. And we'll also catch up with Rex Hoggart, who is down at the Honda. So we'll see what's going on.
Awesome stuff, Greeny. Enjoyed the chat today. Have a great weekend. Have a great show on Saturday, and we'll check in with you again next week.
All right. Thanks a lot, Cliff. Have a good one.
Mark Greenhalgh, Golf Shop Radio Show, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live. We will go right back out to the Pirate Radio Live line because we're getting ready for some Pirate baseball. East Carolina taking on North Carolina today. Clark LeClair Stadium is jumping, and Troy D is standing by at the Pirate Radio tailgate zone. Troy, what's the scene like out there as we are getting close to first pitch?
Guys, I know it's early in the season, but I got to tell you, the Pirate fans are in mid-season form. I mean, it looks like it almost kind of has a regional atmosphere out here. I mean, this is a fun place to be today. Still plenty of time if you're out driving around and just getting off work. Clark LeClair is where you want to be. I assume this game is sold out, but I have forgot to check with ECU officials. I know the grandstand sold out. They may still have a few standing room only tickets available in the jungle, but it is going to be a huge crowd. The place is already packed. We're out here in the jungle at the Pirate Radio tailgate lot. Ellerbe standing by. Man, great to be out here. It feels like a nice spring day.
Yeah, it's been beautiful. A little cloud cover, a little bit of a breeze, but it looks like the chairs are about 4 rows deep in the jungle. People are ready to go right before first pitch. Should be an exciting atmosphere. Hopefully the Pirates can jump on them early.
And, Cliff, I think the game tomorrow getting postponed has put more of a sense of urgency, not just for the Pirates to try and win this one against a rival of UNC, but also for the fans. If you want to come out and see East Carolina UNC right now, this is your only option this weekend. So there is no game Saturday in case folks are just tuning in and missed that news earlier. That game has been postponed in advance due to expected inclement weather coming up tomorrow. So tonight is it. Of course, they will go on the road Sunday to Boschmer Stadium in Chapel Hill. I know some Pirate fans are hoping to make the trip up there, and ECU always has a good showing up in Chapel Hill too. But a lot easier if you're in Pitt County or surrounding areas to come out here tonight and support the home team Pirates. And it is going to be a great atmosphere. Already is, and expect a roar anytime soon as the Pirates expected to take the field in about 5 minutes or so, Clip.
Yeah, and you're right. This is kind of a standalone game now here at home today. No game tomorrow. So if you win this one, you guarantee at least a split of the series. If you win, you go into Sunday thinking, all right, let's get this 2-game sweep. So important game tonight going on at Clark LeClair Stadium. Should be a fun one, Troy D. And I'm getting Bud Light pregame tailgate vibes as I talk to you on the phone while I'm sitting here in the studio.
This has, I would say, it has a football-like atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's very, very similar. And what a big weekend for ECU. You know, you got this awesome game out here tonight against the Tar Heels. Tomorrow, the number 1 team in the country, the Houston Cougars, comes to Minges Coliseum, and the Pirates have a chance to make history. And look, we've seen upsets in Minges before, anything is possible, and that is why they play the game. What a 2-game streak this could be if the Pirates could win on the diamond tonight and find a way to win on the hardwood tomorrow. Man, you talk about epic weekends in Greenville on the sports calendar, this would be one of them.
Yeah, huge weekend, going to be a lot of fun. We'll have the updates for you on baseball on our social media accounts. We'll be with you next hour right here in studio, giving you updates as well on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, and we'll be out at Minji's as well. All right, Troy, enjoy it, man. Thanks for checking in with us.
Sounds good. Talk to you guys soon. Take care.
All right, Troy D. Ellerbe out at the Pirate Radio tailgate zone. Kind of feel like we're on our 4-hour voyage that we're on Saturdays during the fall, Shirley, as we have that tailgate check-in there.
Yeah, that is kind of weird, because here we are sitting at, in February, and all of a sudden we're doing a check-in. So it is kind of weird.
Looking forward to being out at Minji's coming up on Saturday night. Shirley, you got any updates? What's going on in softball?
Yeah, the Pirates have kind of blown the doors open. They are up 8-3 as it stands.
Nice.
Unfortunately, I do not know what inning we're in because they only show the scoreboard at the end of each half inning. So as soon as I can get that for you, I'll let you know. But right now, I know the score is 8-3.
Pirates sitting comfortable right now. They'll have another game coming up after this one over at the softball field. So a lot going on. We'll keep you up to date on all of it on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by Dubuck.
Dubuck.
All right, let's get our timeout in. We'll come back. Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Pirate Radio Live line, and we will start to watch some Pirate baseball here in the Pirate Radio studios. More to go, hour 3. We also have our giveaway, Free Beer Friday, Bud Light on the line. That can be yours. More details after this.
Deep to left field, this should be the ball game. Dale Murphy wins it for Atlanta.
Hey, baseball fans, when's the last time you met a 2-time National League MVP and a 7-time Major League Baseball All-Star? Well, your chance is now, as Pirate Radio is bringing Dale Murphy, legendary Atlanta Brave, to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorships and ticket information's online now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, and there'll be a question-and-answer session. It's Dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details online now at pr927fm.com.
With wireless deals, you can't always trust everything you hear. So when we tell you that at US Cellular you can choose from any unlimited evolved plan and get $500 off any phone with no hidden requirements, you're probably thinking, yeah, right. But that actually is right. Because at US Cellular, you actually can trust everything you hear. Limited time offer. Terms and conditions apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find a store near you. We go beyond the call.
We all have seniors in our life who may need a little extra help with technology. University PC Care's Quick Helps are affordable, in-store, short appointments designed for seniors who may need a little TLC to help with setting up a new computer, help with email or passwords, or help with the latest online scam. They don't need to fear technology anymore. Call 252-558-1280 to schedule an in-store Quick Helps appointment for Greenville or New Bern. Learn more at universitypccare.com.
Before you hit the road this travel season, be sure to get your tires inspected by the tire guys at Greenville Auto World. The Greenville Auto World service team sells all the top brands and economy tires if you need a new set. Need an oil change, state inspection, or AC repair? Greenville Auto World can work on any type of vehicle, and the monthly oil change special is only $29.99. Make an appointment now by calling 364-8730. For award-winning service, trust Greenville Auto World.
Winslow's is now Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room. With a brand new look, Fifth Street Hardware also has a new menu and serving lunch and dinner every Tuesday through Sunday and brunch starting at 10:30 on Sundays. What else is new? Well, they have poker every Tuesday night, Trivia Wednesday with DJ Captain Morgan, and on Friday and Saturday nights they have live music open till 2 a.m. serving light appetizers all night long. New look, new name, same location on Fifth Street. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more specials. Fifth Street Hardware Restaurant and Tap Room.
Is your mouth watering yet? We know that juicy, cheesy, grilled to perfection burger sounds amazing, but it does sound like something is missing. Pepsi, baby. The yin to this burger's yang. Burgers and Pepsi go together like burgers and Pepsi. This perfect blending of flavors makes every bite of lettuce, every sesame seed on the bun, and every sip of that crisp, refreshing, ice-cold cola a journey to Foodtopia. Hit me with the sound effects again. Ladies, gentlemen, if you're feeling the way I'm feeling, we should both go get us a piece of that cheesy, beefy perfection with a delicious, refreshing Pepsi. Burgers, better with Pepsi. That's what I like.
Join us at the New Bern Riverfront Convention Center on March 4th and 5th for the Carolina Coastal Railroaders. Visit over a dozen operating train layouts, including Lego and Thomas the Tank Engine. There'll be over 90 vendor tables selling and buying railroad equipment. For information, visit us at carolinacoastalrailroaders.org.
Take control of your health today with ArcPoint Labs. Are you a woman interested in your overall health? The ArcPoint Labs Women's Health Panel is a routine wellness check that tests hormone levels, thyroid function, cholesterol levels, complete blood count, and more. A simple blood test at ArcPoint Labs can provide some answers to why you're not feeling your best. Visit arcpointlabs.com today or call 629-6228. ArcPoint Labs. Accurate, reliable, confidential testing. Visit arcpointlabs.com.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. and is the best place to watch your favorite sports while enjoying the best wings in town, along with sandwiches, appetizers, cold beer, and more. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. Tiebreakers in Greenville at Bells Fork and in downtown Winterville on Railroad Street. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Trey Savage on the bump, getting in his warm-up pitches as they are about to get underway. East Carolina and North Carolina at Clark LeClaire Stadium. About to go final at the softball stadium with ECU holding on to a lead against Radford, and we'll confirm that final for you in just a moment.
Yeah, trying to.
Shirley's got a lot going on right now. She's got
my computer crashed.
Which one? You've got 4 computers going right now, literally.
It's geez, I just don't know.
We'll have that score update for you in a moment.
It should be a final because they were down to their last outs.
All right, we'll check in on that on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Right now, we head out to the Pirate Radio Live line to talk to Morgan Ahlers, who joins us here on a Friday. Morgan, how you doing, man?
Clipper, good to be here, bud.
Hey, Morgan, you don't get a chance to see the number 1 team in the country play live that often. We will have that opportunity coming up Saturday night when East Carolina is finally back home for another home game. It'll be against the Houston Cougars, and Pirates coming off a road win against Tulsa. But should be a fun night coming up Saturday night, Morgan. Not only you've got ECU at home. I'll be there. The number 1 team, I'll be there. But the Kelvin Sampson fan club that he always brings to Minji's will be there as well. So it should be a great atmosphere.
Yeah, Coach Sampson originally from the Lumberton, Pembroke area, and always has a good crowd in. And, number 1 team in the country coming in and playing in Minji's Coliseum, something special. And you never know. Hopefully we can have some more of that divine intervention that we had a couple weeks ago in Minji's Coliseum and pull out an improbable win for the Pirates.
Yeah, and we talk hoops with you every Friday, Morgan, and we've talked a lot about R.J. Felton, Brandon Johnson, Ezra at times. It's been Jaden Walker really stepping up here lately for ECU, coming into his own, and has always been a contributor even when he's not scoring, but the points are going up for Jaden, and he's become a big factor for this team.
Yeah, you can see the confidence really starting to come out onto the court and what kind of player he can be. And he's sort of been pressed into that role with Javon Small going down. And the Pirates, you've got Caleb LeCount at point guard. But, he's not the biggest guy in the world. And I think the size does play a big factor, especially when you're talking big-time Division I basketball. And, Jaden's come in, and he's done a great job of running the offense and then scoring from the point, which is, again, sometimes you see that in some offenses, sometimes you don't. But he's sort of that hybrid guard that can dribble, drive, can shoot the jumper, and good to see him out there. They're going to need a complete team effort, though, tomorrow to knock off the number one team.
They're going to need a little bit of your help and everybody pitching in. And talked to Cy Seymour earlier this week on the show, Morgan, and nothing official, but just his opinion. He doesn't know if we're going to see Javon Small this season suit up again for ECU. Have you heard anything? Any thoughts on Small potentially returning?
I have not. I just know that it's one of those things they don't want to risk a long-term injury. They want to make sure he comes back and he's healed and in top shape, because I think you've seen it a lot over the years in college basketball where guys get pressed back into action and you torque so much. Football you have knee injuries, but in basketball just a little, you're always cutting, you're always screening, you're doing the things that really put a lot of strain on your knees, and you definitely don't with a player like Javon. You don't want to rush him back too early just to get him in there. You'd rather have him healthy and ready to go again next year. That's my opinion for what it's worth, but I'm not the coach.
Morgan Ahlers joining us, and they've done pretty well without him. Where could they be with him? Who knows? But East Carolina, Houston coming up Saturday night, 8 o'clock, Minges. They're giving out rally towels, folks, to the first 5,000 fans. So show up, get you a towel, and get loud on Saturday night. Morgan, Keaton Mitchell drafted by the USFL, the New Orleans Breakers, this week. And as we've talked all week on the show, a great fallback plan. If he doesn't make it to the NFL, he's already got a designated home in the USFL. So what do you think about that news that came out?
It kind of surprised me a little bit, to be real honest with you. Normally with that draft process, they tend to go after guys they feel they might not make it in the league. And, it is a good it is a good fallback plan. However, from what I was reading, that, you have to make a decision right after the combine to either play in the NFL or play in the USFL, because their league starts in April. So you can't do both. And with the NFL, obviously that, the draft is in the end of April. I think it's the last weekend in April. So you've got to make a decision what you want to do. Do you want to possibly wait to sign with an NFL team, or do you want to go ahead and play in the NFL or the USFL for a year, because you would be under contract? And that way, if you decided you opted for the USFL, you're playing in that league, and you're not going to be able to go through rookie minicamp and OTAs and that kind of thing. So it does throw a little monkey wrench into it. It makes a decision-making process.
Morgan Ahlers joining us. Morgan texted with Holton earlier this week about his buddy Stanford Steve coming to Greenville to take in some Pirate hoops tomorrow night. That should be pretty cool. But how's Holton doing from a football standpoint? What's he up to right now?
Right now, as I look at my clock, he's probably making his approach here, coming into Greenville here in just about 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Left Mobile this afternoon, flew into Charlotte to Greenville. Excited to have him home. He is done with the Mobile portion of his training. He's going to be spending half his week in Charlotte and half the week here. Charlotte working still with the QB Country folks, and they're going to be working. They have a branch in Charlotte. He's going to be working with them just to keep sharp. He's had a really good 3 or 4 weeks down in Mobile. Very excited. They put a little blurb out on Twitter today that was showed him working out a little bit. And, excited to have him home for at least a few days a week, and hopefully they'll be ready for the pro day coming up at the end of March. And it's going to be exciting because what I gather, they're going to have 3 consecutive pro days, one at North Carolina, one at NC State, and then East Carolina. So with that, you've got all the scouts from all the teams that will be there, and representatives from different leagues are going to be there. Well, it will be probably the most attended pro day East Carolina's had in many years.
No doubt. You've got Holton, you've got Keaton that we mentioned, also C.J. Johnson and Isaiah Winstead, and a number of guys who will be trying to make it to the league. And you're right, it is going to be the most attended we've seen in a long, long time. Looking forward to that. Morgan Ahlers joining us, Pirate Radio Live Line. Morgan, what you got going on this weekend outside of ECU hoops?
Well, ECU Hoops tomorrow night. Tonight, I'm actually in the process of setting up out here at Brook Valley. They're having their Brook Valley member Mardi Gras celebration, so I'm going to be out here playing for that. I'm missing the baseball game, but I've got it already set up. I'm setting my gear up, but the first thing I set up was my iPad, so I've got it streaming, so I'm watching the game. Missing it because I'm talking to you right now, but that's okay. Better, I got more important things than watch the game. I have to talk to the legendary Clip Brock.
Well, guess what? We're letting you go right now, so go enjoy the game, Morgan.
You guys have a great weekend, and go Pirates.
See you, buddy. There's Morgan Ahlers joining us on the Pirate Radio live line. Guys, I have no more guests on the show, so I think we just turn hour 3 into an ECU baseball watch-along. What do you think? How do you feel? I got a thumbs up from Chandler. I got a thumbs up from Shirley Rhodes. Also, thumbs up from ECU softball, as they are a winner. They'll be taking on St. Francis coming up at 5:30 in Game 2. So that's a pretty quick turnaround, but ECU softball did tweet out Game 2 beginning at 5:30. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll have a watch along. Y'all can join us, watch the game with us, and we'll be giving away a 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum Bud Light bottles. So we'll be doing that next segment as well. How would you not want to hang out with us here on a Free Beer Friday? Lane Hoover bats for the Pirates. No score in the bottom of the first inning. We'll be back with baseball updates when we return after this.
There's nothing more important than protecting your family. Fire ants can cause painful allergic reactions and even death. Protect your loved ones at home where you should feel the safest. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com to learn of our once-a-year treatment to guarantee you stay fire ant free. Tested and proven effective by your Eastern North Carolina exterminating professionals at Pest Tech of Greenville. Mention the crying baby for an extra 10% off.
Here with Jeff Stein at Brown & Wood. Jeff, what can you do for people looking for a new vehicle in 2023?
We can show the people the number one selling car in the region, the Buick Encore, the Encore GX, the Envision, and the Buick Enclave. We've also got Cadillac dominating the market with the XT4, XT5, and XT6, and we continue to get new GMC Sierra trucks in daily. Please come see us at 329 Southwest Greenville Boulevard. Brown & Wood, 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 rooftops, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
The Buccaneer Music Hall is your beacon of music in the land of the Pirates. They're open every day and have live music every night, along with 18 big screen TVs to watch all your favorite sporting events. Tuesday, it's karaoke with DJ Captain Morgan. Wednesdays, it's line dancing. Thursday night is the dance party with DJ Kid Scene. And live music every Friday and Saturday night with the best bands on the East Coast. Follow the Buck on Instagram for more information on scheduled events. And we'll see you at the Buck.
Did you know Jersey Mike's freshly grills hot subs right in front of you? It's a Jersey Mike's thing. And did you know I, Danny DeVito, am wearing a very cool shirt?
All statements about fresh grilling at Jersey Mike's are true. All statements about Mr. DeVito's shirt cannot be legally confirmed.
Nonsense. It's a great shirt.
Agree to disagree.
I want a second opinion.
The shirt is just okay.
Who are you?
A second opinion.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
The winter sale is in full swing at Russell's Clothing in downtown Washington. All sale merchandise has been reduced to 1/2 price. There's no better way to say I love you than with a beautiful gift from Russell's. The selection is good and the prices are great. Or perhaps you'd rather select from our new spring arrivals. That includes beautiful jewelry from Julie Voss, E. Newton, and Brackish. Russell's Clothing in the Pirate Nation, a winning combination for creating smiles.
Go Pirates!
Hey Pirate fans, this is Coach Mike Schwartz. The physicians at Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center have been caring for our athletes at ECU for more than 35 years. Whether it's treatment for your sports injury or it's time for that joint replacement, Orthopedics East provides the latest in operative and non-operative orthopedic care, physical therapy, and diagnostic testing. They also provide urgent orthopedic care on the weekends. For experienced and professional services, call the folks at Orthopedics East at 757-2663 or visit them online at orthoeast.com. Go Pirates!
Hey, I'm Holton Ahlers. No one knows better than me how important it is as a quarterback to have protection on the field to be successful. My frontline team is critical to my success. For your frontline insurance protection, you need the team at Buck Insurance Agency. Buck Insurance Agency is your local team and have been helping customers like you for over 30 years with their insurance needs. When you need insurance protection, you'll get the whole team with Brian Buck and his staff. Call toll-free at 877-357-1966. Go Pirates.
Quality solid wood furniture that lasts for generations. On sale now at Bostic Sugg Furniture. Save an extra 10% off store-wide, including beautiful in-stock and custom-order Amish-built solid wood dining rooms and bedrooms. Plus, take an extra 25% off accessories to complete the look and 6 months special financing. Enjoy a solid night's sleep every night on a new mattress with 48 months special financing. Now at Bostic Sugg Furniture.
Pirate Radio.
It's going to change. I promise you. As I stand here, it will change. Okay, and when it does, that stadium, it's going to be rocking, and heaven help whoever walks in there to play us.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas, which is the best for all the boat owners. Country Mart fueling you up with great food and your engines with great gasoline. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
Nice play by AMAC to get the first out of inning number 2. Right now it is no score between the Pirates and Tar Heels at Clark LeClaire Stadium as they play in the top of the second inning, and we are going to watch along it for the rest of this show. So kick back, relax, and join us as we watch some Pirate baseball here on a Friday. Softball team about to get underway in about 15 minutes as they will play game 2 of a doubleheader. Winners earlier today against Radford, moving to 10-3 on the young season. So, Shirley, you can hang out in here. If you got stuff going on, you can hang out in there. That's your decision. It's your world.
No, I can't. I'll head in there in just a second.
Chan Man joining me here in studio as Trey Savage got the ball today. Carter Spivey, we learned earlier this week, would not be pitching this weekend. So you got your Savage today. You've got Josh Groves going Sunday in Chapel Hill as Chandler joins me in the studio before he heads out to Clark LeClaire when we wrap this one up at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, can't wait to get out there. Had a really good time last weekend. ECU getting the sweep over George Washington. Looking to bounce back after the midweek heartbreak in walk-off fashion against Campbell. But as Trey Savage strikes number 45 out for the second out.
Paul Clifford says, I miss the Pirate Radio gang. Well, Paul, I hope you're still inhaling purple and exhaling gold. And by the way, Paul, Penn State guy, when we did our rankings yesterday, or earlier this week, our opponent fight song rankings, he said if you don't have Michigan in 12, was that Kristen?
That was Kristen. That was Kristen.
Wow.
And Jenny.
All right.
On the scene.
He said if you don't have Michigan 12, your rankings are wrong. Now, he's got a lot of bias going there. I will be glad to report to you, Paul, we did not have Michigan number 1. We had Navy number 1 in our opponent fight song rankings, but we did have Big Blue number 2. So there you go.
Why did he say he missed us? Has he been gone?
Paul Clifford used to be the head of the ECU Alumni Association, had a show on Pirate Radio.
Oh, that's before my time.
Yeah. Believe it or...
Oh, boy.
Oh!
Carter.
Carter Cunningham at the wall. I don't know if the ball is getting out, but he makes a catch. He went back as far as he could go.
Look at the crowd in right field.
And reeled it in. I think that might have gone out. But Carter Cunningham makes the catch.
Great catch, Carter.
Paul says, come on, dude, know your history. What do you think, Chandler, that Pirate Radio wasn't a thing before you came on board?
No, I listened to Pirate Radio. When I was a little kid, I listened to the pregame show and the postgame show.
Jeez, make us feel old. When I was a little kid, I listened to you guys all the time.
I listened to you guys
in
the Elmhurst parking lot. But I didn't listen. I mean, that was back before Facebook and YouTube Live. Like, the only time I listened to Pirate Radio was basically when I was here in Greenville tailgating with my family. Dad always, as soon as we got into town where we can pick you guys up on 1250, Dad would turn it there. So.
And Chandler would say, one day I'm going to be playing on that field. And if not, I'm going to be talking on that radio.
There you go. There you go.
One dream died and another one came to fruition.
I was going to say 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Paul, I'm so sorry, man. But guess what? I know that now, and I love learning about the history of pirate radio. I truly do. I was talking to Jonathan and Troy today. They treated me to Chico's for lunch for helping them out at UBE. What a great turnout that was, by the way. But they were telling me about, when they first started, I was like, man, and they were talking about all the T-shirt giveaways they have done over the years.
Yeah.
But they talked about their start, and they said the weekend before they went on the air, they said they spent just about all weekend going to all the trade, some gas stations around town. I think they said they went to every single gas station that used to be called something, but it's basically now Speedway.
Oh, yeah,
Trademark.
I was an employee there.
And they would go and they took decals and they smacked them on the door. Did. And Troy said that he purposely put it eye level where you had to look at it every time you went into those trademarks.
Absolutely.
And that's kind of like what got their name out there the most. So, like, learning about that, really, I'm very intrigued by that stuff. But now I'm very intrigued to know that Paul Clifford, a name that I've seen in the comment sections for a lot of times here on Pirate Radio, that he used to work here and used to have a show.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
A Pirate's Life for Me was the name of the show, and it was to highlight alumni, pirate alumni, and Paul was the host of that show, and I would produce that show for him, and Paul was a lot of fun to have. We've had many a blooper reel over the years of stuff that we used to get the giggles on and that kind of thing. So it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And yeah. By the way, hi, Paul.
1 out, bottom of the second, as Starman pops out foul territory to the second baseman. Randolph in the house. What's up, Randolph?
Dax just threw another interception recovered by the 49ers. Boom, boom.
Randolph in the house.
I love me some Randolph.
Good guy. Good fella.
He is. All right, here's the speedster, Luke Nowak.
Mark Davies adds that Paul is an Eagles fan. Hope you enjoyed the Super Bowl, Paul.
Paul with a heart eyes emoji and says, Shirley.
Miss you, bud.
He is inhaling purple, Shirley.
And exhaling gold.
That's right.
Ooh. The only thing that Luke Nowak has to do, really, in every single at-bat this season, is to put the ball in play. And he'll have a chance to get on base.
I'm glad they flashed his stats from last year.
Last year's stats. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Zeros.
Attaboy. And a ball outside. High and outside. 2-1 the count.
Once again, no game tomorrow. Hopefully will be made up later on this season during the midweek. There will be a game Sunday, 1 o'clock in Chapel Hill. No score right now between the Pirates and the Tar Heels.
The 2-1. Strike!
Right down Broadway.
It's a classic line. Right down Broadway.
Randolph said, hit those likes. You are correct, Chandler. Dax did throw another one. You are correct, sir. Dax.
Oh,
stay rocking out.
Man.
And now we have 2 down here in the bottom of the second.
He kind of looks like Spencer Brickhouse in the face.
In the face.
Luke Nowak, that is who I'm talking about.
Mini Brick.
Mini Brick. Saw Spencer Brickhouse out in the jungle last weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, I did.
Did you say, what's up, my guy?
I didn't. He was talking to somebody else. I did not want to intrude as AMAC with a hack and a miss. 0-1 the count.
Paul says, is there no more Live at 5? No, there is not. And he said, do people really watch you watch baseball?
Paul, let me. All right, so I've learned about Paul. Let me tell you something, Paul. We have these things called watch-alongs that we've done several times since I've been with Pirate Radio. Basketball, we've done some with football. We've done a thing now during football season where we come back and we might watch the last 10 minutes of the fourth quarter. We've done, we did the watch-along for the regionals last year. It's a lot of fun. People seem to enjoy watching us react to sporting events.
This is more of, I don't have any more guests planned for the show. It's Friday. I want to watch the game, and I don't, feel like doing anything. So,
well, then do what you want to do. And guess what? You're doing that.
It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to.
Well put. Well said.
Susan's watching us and also waiting for the booty bag theme to hit.
Yes.
So some people are tuned in to try to get this beer right here that will be given away in just a few minutes. By the way, Pirates go down in the bottom of the second. No score as we head top of the third at Clark LeClaire Stadium. Estadia. Tyler's hanging out with us. He's a watch along guy.
He said, "Come on, Paul." Jamil Karishi.
Not his real name, is watching.
Said watching.
Let's sit in silence for a little while.
Ready? All right, ready? Go.
My silence
Dead
causes
air.
violence.
Dead air.
Jamil ordered a shirt. By the way, those shirts, Chandler's wearing one right now, sold like hotcakes.
Like hotcakes.
You ever bought hotcakes before? Pirate Nation on the back, 23 in bones. And we sold those at UBE today. Your $10 went to Mustache for March and ALS research. And bad news, though, we could only do that for people who were here to pick them up. So, but good news.
Hey, we got good news.
You can go to pirateware.com right now, literally right now, and order yours.
We have had several comments about you should put them online, sell them online. Well, guess what, folks? We're doing that. Pirateware.com. Go check it out.
Thanks to our folks, our friends over at UBE for helping us out with that, because we don't have the staff right now to be able to handle such a large order like that in terms of shipping things out. So UBE stepped up and offered their services to help us out with that. So you can go to pirateware.com. You can order your shirt. You can come to UBE if you're nearby, and you can pick it up once it's ready, or you can just have it shipped directly to your house, and you just need to pay the shipping and handling.
And I mean, imagine if we were doing that just ourselves as Pirate Radio. I mean, just 20, 30 minutes after we launched the sale on pirateware.com, there was 40, 50 sales already made, pre-sales made.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, go ahead and get yours now. I can't even imagine what that number is as we speak right here at 5:28 on a Friday evening.
Ed says, time for a Britney Spears rally. Go Pirates. Let's get toxic on them.
Ed loves the Britney Spears.
Do you think Britney's at the game?
Who?
Spears.
Is she here?
I don't know. Probably.
What is Britney doing with her life?
Oops, no.
Fly ball.
Fly
in
ball,
the left.
and that is gone.
Why is everybody going? Catch the ball. We have the worst fans in the country at catching a foul ball or a home run. I mean, did you see that?
I mean, yeah.
What are they? Everybody's cowering down. Why did they try to catch it?
I mean, I don't know.
God, it pisses me off.
I mean, say it was a Starman home run, maybe they would go after it.
Yeah, but I don't know if a ball's coming my way. Now, if I wasn't paying attention and I didn't know where it was coming from, I definitely would cower. Maybe that's the case for all these. But, like, I would love the opportunity to try to catch a ball at a game. But maybe that's just me.
This might be... it's not. Never mind. They have a guy on Carolina's team. I believe he bats leadoff. His last name is probably the best last name in the history of last names. Honeycutt.
Paul says, is there something else actually on radio right now, though? This is just a Facebook thing. Hey, Grandpa! Log off and call your grandkids and tell them you love them. Paul, sometimes, to answer your question, we do just go on Facebook, but right now we are in the middle of our radio show, which runs 3 to 6. It's called Pirate Radio Live, hosted by Clip Brock, Shirley Rhodes, Chandler Honeycutt, alongside every weekday, 3 to 6 here on Pirate Radio. We are currently on radio, Facebook, YouTube, the internet, some alien transmission, some guys' rabbit ears.
If you've been in a coma,
a boat.
We're on
since
a boat.
2003, where there was literally just one AM station they were on. Guess what? Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. We have so many platforms, and guess what?
What?
Oh, is something playing on one station and something is on the other station? No, it's what we like to call a simulcast. What you hear on one is what you hear on all.
You started to sound like Rome. Get him, Rome. Get Paul.
It's a simulcast, Paul. Let's go to Paul. Emails. Paul writes in, can I listen to the radio and actually hear some sports talk instead of silence every 5 to 6 seconds? I don't want to hear about Luke Nowak striking out. I want to hear about Russell Wilson potentially being a villain. I want to hear about Russell Wilson having an office in the second level of their facility along with coaches and executives.
I want to hear about Russell Wilson being called fat by a former teammate. Fat!
I'm just here, folks.
I'm just here so I won't get fined. Paul, I hope that answered your question. Turn off your station.
Jamil says, catch the damn ball. It's fun.
Exactly. Shirley, you want to take a break? Open up the booty bag?
Ooh, let's open it up.
Hold on.
I'm going to be opening up one of these bad boys here in about an hour.
Tar Heels up 1-0 over the Pirates in the top of the third inning, one down, as Colby Wilkerson hits against Trey Savage.
Yes, Savage.
Trey Savage.
Yes, Savage.
We'll take your time out. As we do, we will open up the booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
Hey, Paul, this is a giveaway that we do every day on the show. We make a listener a winner. If you're not following at home, maybe we need a Pirate Radio owner's manual you can check out and read to see how things work.
I love how we started this with, you don't know who Paul Clifford is? Put some respect on his name, and now we're just dog cussing him. Hey, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
We do this now.
We're giving away 15 16-ounce Bud Light aluminum bottles to caller number 12, 317-1250, 317-1250. We're back with more. Pirates trailing 1-0 against the Tar Heels on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard. Presented by The Buck. The Buck. Back with you after this.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with zero interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
Do you ever talk to yourself about where to eat today, and then you hear
Warren's Hot Dogs?
Then you're thinking, yeah, 2 hot dogs, chips, and a drink for only $6.25 would be awesome.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
And maybe some homemade lemonade, perhaps a pizza or a sub, and definitely an apple or peach turnover.
Warren's Hot Dogs.
Don't overthink where to eat today. Go to Warren's Hot Dogs in Greenville across from Ron Ayers, or in Chocowinity next to the fire station. Warren's Hot Dogs, serving the Pirate Nation since 1991. Go Pirates!
Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. University Sportswear ENC.com is your one-stop shop for all promotional products for your business. With over 1 million items to shop from, University Sportswear ENC.com offers high-quality products at prices to fit any budget. Visit University Sportswear ENC.com for contact information and to get shopping. University Sportswear ENC.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Scott Harris with RE/MAX Preferred Realty. I've been in Greenville over 25 years. I'm a proud graduate of ECU. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, then give me a call today and let me help make your real estate process fun and easy. I keep it simple and explain the process every step of the way. My goals are your goals. There are no long-term contracts, and you always deal with me from start to finish. The right home starts with the right agent. Call me, Scott Harris, at 347-1857. Go Pirates!
The icy treat that can't be beat is Sparky Snowballs. From big kids to little kids, Sparky Snowballs has been making smiles happen for over 20 years. If you're not in the mood to chill out with a snowball, Sparky's funnel cakes and fried Oreos are a perfect Sparky-licious treat every time. Are you having an event, party, or fundraiser? Call Sparky's to come on site. Remember to follow Sparky's on Facebook or visit SparkySnowballs.com to see where they'll be next.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Did you know Jersey Mike's freshly grills hot subs right in front of you? It's a Jersey Mike's thing. And did you know I, Danny DeVito, am wearing a very cool shirt?
All statements about fresh grilling at Jersey Mike's are true. All statements about Mr. DeVito's shirt cannot be legally confirmed.
Nonsense. It's a great shirt.
Agree to disagree.
I want a second opinion.
The shirt is just okay.
Who are you?
A second opinion.
Grilled right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
This is Garrett Saylor, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Congratulations to Ray Odom of Winterville. Picked up the Free Beer Friday prize. Of course, Free Beer Friday. Brought to you by Bud Light. Every day, especially game day, is better with an ice cold Bud Light. Pick up some today at your favorite retailer. Bud Light, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989 and the official beer of the ECU Pirates. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip.
All right, Tar Heels got runners on second and third. with 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. They lead at 1-0. Casey Cook. Casey at the bat.
Casey.
Coming up. Is up for the Tar Heels. Welcome back to the show. Coming up on Monday, Delcor Players Lounge will be recapping this 2-game series with Josh Moylan, Jacob Jenkins-Cowart, and Lane Hoover. Zach Womack always getting good TV time.
Ooh.
A little 12-6 curve.
Come on.
From Trey Savage.
Come on.
The nasty hook, Kerry Woodish, if you will. Pirate softball moving to 10-3 with the win earlier today.
Let's go. Hey.
Oh. That's a high fly ball hit out to right center, and Cowart is under it.
Let's go.
Can of corn. We head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Tar Heels 1, Pirates 0. Solo home run in that 3rd inning that everybody got scared of the ball.
I only saw like 2 people do that.
How many people were around it?
A lot. There's a lot of people out there in the jungle.
Yeah, but so what did everybody else do then?
Watch it fly.
Yeah, because it was uncatchable. I don't expect Chandler.
No flag on the play?
Chandler, when a ball is hit, let's say there's a foul ball down the right field line.
Yeah, right.
I don't expect the people in left field, the fans, to try to catch the ball. That they're not going to get there. I don't understand.
So you think people should die for it?
No! I think they should put their hands up and catch the ball. That's all I think.
Barehanded? You want people to risk an injury?
I forgot what generation we're in now. Kids these days.
I just think I think you should just give people a break. And let people enjoy a baseball game. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. This is you sour.
I'm more sour at you now than I am at them.
You know what? And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to shield these people from your fiery dragon breath. I'm literally I'm shielding them. I'm taking the bullet here because I don't want these innocent people to take the lashing of Clip Brock.
That's the kind of guy you are.
I take one for the team. I take one for the Pirate Nation, the Jungle Nation. By the way, you can get these shirts, pirateware.com.
Wait a minute. Was all this just to set up an ad? It was all a big scam.
I'm in the marketing business.
Yeah. Shirley, thanks for coming back in. We need to take another break soon.
Get on in there.
Damn it.
All right, here we go. Get us started, Carter.
Carter Cunningham leading off. The Pirates have just been unable to get a bat on the ball.
And they're just taking massive hacks.
Mass hacks. Jamil says Clip can catch 2 balls barehanded. Tyler says, I want to see Clip catch a ball barehanded. All right, hold on.
And just so you know, I've got softball coming up, or actually ECU softball on my phone right here, so I can keep you.
Good catch.
I just did it.
Great catch. All right, and the pop fly, foul ball.
Watch out, Clip is coming right for you.
Got my drink here, caught the ball, put it in my pocket. All right, let's go.
Good catch, Clip.
How difficult is that? Now, let's do what really happens at the game. All right, here's the pitch.
The 2-1. Clip, watch out! Clip!
And folks, this is why we can't take them anywhere. Can't behave themselves. Looks like St. Francis has an early 1-0 lead on East Carolina.
How are you going to be losing to a team name with Francis? The shift worked. The shift worked.
Moylan hits into the shift. A lot of
go ahead.
I was going to say shrubbery. A lot of
shrubbery.
What's the word I'm looking for, Shirley? The
vegetation.
A lot of vegetation on the field. A lot of leaves.
A lot of nature's
Oh, there's a great hit.
Nature's debris.
Got a stand-up triple here going, oh, no. Make that an in-the-ballpark home run for East Carolina. They just tied it up.
Really?
It was going to be a stand-up triple, and the ball trickled away from the third baseman. So allowed the runner to score. So now we have a tie ball game for East Carolina softball.
Speaking of stand-up, you two are stand-up people.
Speaking of St. Francis, I believe I know their mascot. And Shirley?
I should know. Isn't it the Bulldogs?
No, not if what I'm thinking it is.
Oh, the Friars?
No, I think it's the name of a comedian. Oh, I'm wrong.
The Gaffigans?
I thought they were. Who are the Red Foxes?
Marist.
Okay. Look at you, Shirley.
Look, Shirley.
Color me impressed. Yeah, good call, Shirley. St. Francis are the Red
Flash.
Red Flashes?
Flash.
Okay.
The Red Flash.
They're speedy.
So I knew they were red. I just didn't know.
Sometimes I wonder about you, Chandler.
As you should.
Shack up.
Counts even at 2.
Joey Barini.
2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Pirates trail the Tar Heels 1-0. Good shot of Cliff Godwin's dad. Sitting in his perch.
I met him last year during the Super de Duper.
Congratulations.
I have yet to meet Coach Godwin's dad.
He sits in the same seat every game. He is Cliff Godwin's dad.
I wonder, we'll get an update next week. Billy Weaver PAing his first game ever at ECU baseball today.
Got to lower the baseball helmet.
Lower the helmet.
Lower
get a walk.
Lower the cup. Is that the first Pirate base runner?
Yeah, I think
Believe so.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we got a fly ball, and that would be out number 3. So let's see what. Let me make sure that I've got the correct score for ECU softball over at Max R. Joyner Stadium.
Yeah. I called it Johnson Stadium earlier. That's where they play soccer and lacrosse. So my apologies.
Yeah. Classic mistake.
Not classic.
So yeah, it is tied at 1 apiece, and we're heading into the top of the second inning for softball.
Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard presented by the Buck.
By the Buck.
Chandler, you going to the Buck this weekend? You know, get bugged up?
If the Pirates win tonight, I might do a celebratory. I might have a celebratory shindig at the Buck.
A celebratory shindig.
You heard me correctly. Cody Webb playing tonight.
Did he stutter? Yes, he did. He actually did.
Stutter. Oh, did I really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, celebratory.
Yo! Hey! Let's go golfing.
By the way, guys, Cody Webb at the Buck tonight going to be strumming the strings and singing the tunes. Check him out.
Amazing crowd at Clark LeClaire. Amazing mustache.
I was about to comment on that.
A mustache worthy of this crowd. And
it looks like he's working a little handlebar action going up there.
I meant to ask Igo, but we had such a great fantasy discussion going the other day. I never got a chance. He's getting a little hair on his face. But Chandler, for the first time ever, I'm trying to talk you into just going stash and March.
Nah,
you've already got it.
It's not thick enough. There's not enough there.
But that's kind of the thing. Like, just why? What? Again, what? Why not? What are the cons?
I don't know, man.
I mean, not to be mean, but
here we go.
If you think it might hurt you with the ladies, I'll ask. How's that going for you right now?
Yeah. I mean, right now it's not bad.
Let's take a break, Clint.
It's not bad.
Good call, Shirley.
It's not bad at all.
You doing all right?
Hey.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Chan, the lady man. Not.
Jacob Jenkins Cowart fouls it off. 1-2 the count. We're going to go to break.
Let's go to break.
And come back and have more for you here on Pirate Radio Live. We're doing a watch along if you want to hang out with us on Facebook and YouTube. Pirates have 1 on, 2 out in the bottom of the third, trailing North Carolina 1-0. Back with more Pirate Radio Live after this.
two-run homer for Murphy.
Hey, sports fans, one of the most beloved athletes ever to play for the Atlanta Braves, Dale Murphy, is coming to Greenville on Sunday, April 2nd. Table sponsorship and ticket information to a dinner with Dale Murphy is available now at pr927fm.com. Don't miss your chance to meet a living legend and hear Dale Murphy talk about his career, leadership, resilience, integrity, and more. It's a dinner with Dale Murphy, Sunday, April 2nd. Details available now at pr927fm.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Country Mart has been locally owned and operated for over 40 years and is your premier country store serving the best cheese biscuits and country food around. Country Mart is open every day and has 2 locations in Bethel on Highway 11 and in Stokes on Highway 903. Both Country Mart locations are top-of-the-line fuel stations serving Shell gas, including 93 ethanol-free high-octane gas. Country Mart, fueling you up with great food in your engines with great gasoline. Go Pirates!
Greenville Utilities electric customers will soon be able to receive text notifications in the event of power outages. Enrollment is automatic, so make sure GUC has your cell phone number by signing into your account at GUC.com, then update the information in your user profile. Want to talk with someone instead? Call 252-752-7166 during business hours. 252-752-7166. Update us so we can update you. Visit GUC.com for more information.
Hello, Eastern North Carolina. If you're looking for a great place to work with competitive pay and a multitude of advancement opportunities, Pitt County Schools is hiring. We employ over 3,500 people, and we're one of the largest employers in our community and region. Pitt County Schools is currently seeking teachers, bus drivers, school nutrition personnel, facility staff, custodians, clerical staff, and more. We offer advanced leadership opportunities for our educators and competitive pay for our skilled labor force. Come work for a diverse, thriving school system and be an important part of ensuring success for the students of Pitt County who are the future of Eastern North Carolina. To fill out an application, visit our website today at pittschools.org. That's pittschools.org. And remember, education is truly a team effort. Pitt County Schools. Live and lead.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping. When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, Pirates supporting Pirates.
This is Xavier Smith, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a quick look at your stock market report. The Dow closed out the week down 336 points. at 32,816. The NASDAQ was down 195 points at 11,394. S&P was down 42 at 3,970. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And Clip, St. Francis has now taken the lead thanks to a home run by St. Francis. So they now lead it 2-1. They do have a runner in scoring position as well.
The Red Flash leading the Pirates on the softball field. The Tar Heels leading the Pirates on the baseball field, but Treyas Savage has mowed down the first two batters of the fourth inning with strikeouts. I believe running his total to 6 in this game already. And 2 outs now in the top of the fourth inning. Tar Heels leading the Pirates 1-0 on the Buccaneer Music Hall scoreboard, presented by Da Buck.
Da Buck.
No baseball tomorrow, but there will be hoops, 8 o'clock, Minges Coliseum. Looking forward to seeing the Pirates take on the number 1 team in the country. Routine fly ball out to right will wrap up the top of the fourth for North Carolina as Carter Cunningham makes the catch. Treyas Savage, good work as he gets through the fourth inning with just 1 run, 1 hit on the board. The lone hit in this game was the home run. Chandler nods his head in confirmation.
I have a joke.
Let's hear it.
All right. It's courtesy of my buddy from back home, Stephen Strickland. Thank you, Stephen, for this awesome joke that I'm about to tell.
Strix.
A senior citizen drove his brand new Corvette convertible out of the dealership. He taken off down the road. He floored it to 80 miles per hour, enjoying the wind blowing through what little gray hair he had left. Amazing, he thought, as he flew down I-94, pushing the pedal even more. Looking in his rearview mirror, he saw a state trooper behind him, lights flashing and sirens blaring. He floored it to 100 miles per hour, then 110, then 120. Suddenly thought, what am I doing? I'm too old for this, and pulled over to await the trooper's arrival. Pulling in behind him, the trooper walked up to the Corvette, looked at his watch, and said, "Sir, my shift ends in 30 minutes. Today is Friday. If you can give me a reason for you speeding that I have never heard before, I'll let you go." The old gentleman paused. Then he said, "Years ago, my wife ran off with a state trooper. I thought you were bringing her back." "Have a good day, sir," replied the state trooper.
My God.
All of that.
Louise.
All of that for that.
That is like the bit. How old are you? That is the oldest old man joke I might have ever heard.
Was it good?
It was the best joke I've ever heard. Yes.
Even better than monkey?
10 out of 10.
Better than monkey peeing in your beer?
Better. Way better.
Oh, man.
After Wes's deliberation on that one, his ruling, I don't find that one funny anymore.
Really? Well,
there you go, Chandler. That's going to be a huge hit down to the old folks' home when you do your stand-up.
Little knee slapper there for you.
Tyler says, if I see y'all tomorrow at basketball game, I'm going to say boom, boom, boom. You better, Tyler. We're all actually going to the game, Shirley, Chandler, and I. And we are painting boom on all of our chests. We're going to take our shirts off.
I'm not going to be at the game. And you're not catching me painting nothing on my tummy.
All right, we'll have to find a third.
Your dad.
Chandler and I are in. My dad will do it. Boom, boom, boom.
I actually have a DJ gig tomorrow night. So
Ooh, huge flex.
Yeah, huge flex.
That's low.
Speaking of low, will you be playing low? By
Low.
And Flo Rida, you are correct, sir.
And Lil Jon?
It is on the playlist.
Is Lil Jon not in that?
Yeah, I don't
Lil
think
Jon.
T-Pain's in there.
I'm sorry. I was thinking of something else.
Flo Rida.
Which spells Florida.
What?
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
What?
Yep.
You know,
in case you didn't know, that's oh boy, here we go.
That was low. Pirates trail the Tar Heels 1-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning as we're about to wrap up here on Pirate Radio Live.
Oh, yeah.
Doing a little Friday watch along.
I'm a tad bit ahead of y'all.
Okay, so something's about to happen.
I guess it's a strikeout.
Why would you say, oh, yeah?
Oh, I don't know.
You're a weird cat, man.
I'm not a cool cat?
No.
As Theo Vaughn would say?
You got something wrong with you.
Hey, he's a cool cat, man. Hey, Tony Collins, you ever heard of Tony Collins?
Shirley said, "Oh yeah," and you said, "I guess he's about to strike out." I thought she meant
like, "Oh yeah, that's a strike." That's how I took it. Like, "Oh yeah, that's a strike."
That was awesomely bad.
I thought she meant, "Oh yeah, that's a strike." That's a strike.
Did the Pirates win?
Oh, get there. He's there.
Safe.
Whoa! Oh! No, sir. No, sir.
Oh, yes! He's out at second.
Oh, yeah! Oh, no.
Replay shows he is safe.
All right, let's review it. Shirley, Chandler, we'll see y'all Monday, 3 o'clock on Pirate Radio Live. And
get there. He's there. He's there.
Thank y'all for hanging out today. See you Monday, 3, Pirate Radio Live. Have a great sports weekend. Enjoy the game. We'll see you Saturday. Minji's later on.
Have a great night, Eastern Carolina.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington.
On top of the 10th floor of 345 Hudson Street, welcome on in to a Friday edition of the Zach Gelb Show across all of our great local CBS Sports Radio affiliates, Sirius XM, Channel 158, and that free Odyssey app. 855-212-4CBS number to jump on in. 855-212-42